Always talking shit show.
Yo.
Yep.
It's your boy Talkin.
And it's your boy Kim Sincere.
We're back in the building with another session of the Always Talking Shit Show. Monday night.
Had to do a little bypassing to get here, but we made it.
Monday.
Can we start calling Monday motherfucking Mondays?
Motherfucking Mondays.
M&M's. So it's been good with you though, bro. How was your weekend?
I was gonna hit you. I saw Jones and them pulled up on me.
Oh, out here?
Jones, Rob, and T-Main.
Dumbass question. Out here?
Yeah.
Nah,
they pulled up.
Yeah, you kind of low-key ain't shit. Hey, shout out to my niggas,
My
man.
bad, bro. Nah,
That
because
nigga
I
said-
was gonna hit you. No.
That's like three of the homies.
I was gonna hit
That
you.
wasn't just one homie. That
No,
was three.
I was gonna hit you if they hit me to go out that night. They ended up not hitting me to go out that night. I was gonna hit you so you.
Yeah, but you know, I'm right around the corner, nigga. I came and pulled up. But no, it's good either way. I feel
But
you.
no, they were only here for like 45 minutes,
I
so
know.
you might probably not
Fam,
have mom's
listen to me.
car or some shit.
No, listen to me. I know exactly what you mean. Like, nigga,
Like you live down the street, but you ain't
down the street.
that close.
Right.
Where you, if I hit you, gonna pop up in 2 seconds. If you got the car, yeah, it's
I
different.
Ubered over for the homies.
Right.
But still, either way it go, nigga, it ain't no big deal. It's just
Yeah, I only
shout out
saw
to my
him
niggas.
for like
'cause
45
especially
minutes.
that's what I was gonna tell you, bro. Out here, like, mad niggas pull through, and they'll be pulling through. Like, bro, I'm about to shoot to L.A. What you doing? Or like, you know, Jew. That's how Jew hit me all the time. Jew hit me like going to L.A. or coming back.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, especially like niggas, especially when they on their family shit, but they gotta be careful saying they about to go visit their homie in Vegas.
Right out.
Like, especially when the homie nigga don't
It's
got kids,
single.
and nigga single. They're like, yeah, right, nigga.
Bachelor all the way,
Right, like
nigga.
you're not fucking with nope.
You're not going to see him. Who?
Right,
Who?
right, yeah, that'd be kind of some
nothing.
bullshit. Hey, y'all foul, man. I be respecting the homies'
Nothing.
relationships. Niggas say nothing. That's a fact too. Let's get this joint started. What's this? 44? It's the fofo.
Is it the 4 for 4? It is the 4 for 4, actually.
Waving the fofo on them.
It's the 4 for 4. 6 more episodes,
We doing something crazy.
and we in 50 range.
But yeah, man. First things first, bro. Since we had already left off talking about it, 2 things. What do you think about the J. Cole album? And it's a 2-part question. Hold on. It's a 2-part question. And then secondly, I was gonna say, did you see my man made his debut in the Pro League?
First
They won.
the album. Okay, you know me. I ain't really been in the car.
No, I feel you.
So, you know,
I already know what it is.
I ain't heard it yet. Cause you know me, I need that good little trip real quick.
Right.
I'm about to drop this whole one off. Let me hear there. But I mean, it's cold. I listened to the first 45 seconds of the first song, and I'm like, okay, it's
I'm gonna
good.
get back
I
to
know
this.
when I come back to this,
Right.
I'm coming
Right.
back to some hot shit.
Right.
Like
Right.
I know I'm about to come back to something nice. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna come back.
I respect it.
When I got time to really give it my ear.
I respect it.
You know what I'm saying?
So,
The basketball thing,
yeah.
Mr. 3 points. He gonna get better. I'm only laughing
bro, you
because
still playing pros, nigga.
Nah,
Like,
I'm
you know what
I'm
saying?
only laughing. I'm talking shit mainly because, you know, most stupid motherfuckers just expect him to come out and drop 25.
I don't know why.
I didn't.
Right,
Like, they
yeah.
gonna come out and score. He gonna get some buckets.
Yeah, he's gonna
some-
get better in time.
But I'm like, this nigga ain't coming 25 right out the gate. This nigga just been. He went from playing college ball to rapping to now playing pro hoops. I'm not saying he ain't been
he went to
hooping
playing
this whole
high school
time.
ball
High school, not college.
to
But yeah,
rapping.
he went to high school rapping
You know what I'm saying?
to professional.
He told a story where he almost made the St. John's team.
That's
You know
like
what I
okay.
mean?
That's like
But-
let's like say I got rich, right? And I put hella money into you real quick to get him back into the you know what I'm saying, and you do. Your first game in the pros overseas ain't finna be
Oh, hell no.
25, nigga.
Hell no.
I don't care how great a shape you're in, how good your jumper, nigga. That first game you ain't dropping 25, nigga. And if you do,
Especially if it's your first game ever playing in
Right,
that pro league. Like
right.
it's different when KD and them come back after like 10 games missed. They're NBA players.
J.
Like,
Cole jumped off the porch.
It's the only ball that
essentially.
they know. They know the NBA game tempo and speed.
Right.
He was out there with niggas trying to get to the league. and trying to make a name for themselves. Like, I'm
Exactly.
not letting J. Cole come out here and go for 10
There
on
you
me.
go.
Nigga. Like, niggas got you marked like you one of the best players in the league.
But that's like I said. If I put
You might cross me over and rap about it.
right, I put hella money into you to hoop. Right, you're an
Right.
ex-hooper.
Right.
You even played some college ball.
Right.
You're not coming dropping
Fam,
25.
I'm going to tell you right now.
You're going to get like 3 for me. I know you're going to get 3 in that first
Fam,
game or some shit.
right,
You might
yeah.
get a 3 on
That's
that.
just off a swing pass.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's off a swing pass and just muscle memory. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, like, you're right. But, dog, this is another thing. When you start, like, anytime you go up a level,
Right.
what really hits you, the first thing is when you really get in the flow and you be like, this is a big-ass court. When you start making skip passes and you realize you have to put a lot on it, nigga, like, all that shit start to add up, my nigga. And by, like, the third quarter, second half, you just trying
That
to make it
3-point
through.
line is further.
Far as fuck.
That's
it seemed
your
like
arm hurting when you
It
trying
seemed
to
like it,
chuck
and
that bitch.
game representation is different. So like you can practice that shot in practice all you want to, nigga. Like, but when you run it up and down the court, guarding a nigga that's trying to get to the league,
Oh yeah, it's
that's
way
making
different.
that's feeding his family.
Because here's what
off
he's
of playing
here's what he's
basketball.
doing that's gonna fuck you up the whole time.
Bro, that's another
He's
thing.
taking your energy.
Oh, I
giving
didn't even
this
get.
to you.
I didn't even get to the physicality of
Right.
it because what happens is like when you go up to that higher level, you're playing against bigger, faster, stronger.
Yes.
So even a nigga that you're better than skill wise,
This nigga's
he's in
bullying
tip-top
you.
shape.
Mm-hmm.
motherfucker probably ain't drank a soda in 6
Every
years.
time he hits
You know what
you,
I'm
you're
saying?
losing breath.
Yeah, nigga probably ain't
nigga.
drank a soda in 6 years. Cole, you still a rapper. Like, so
Right.
before you got on this, I want to go back and try to hoop shit because I didn't accomplish all I can as a rapper.
Right.
You definitely was still smoking and kicking it and doing shit like that. At worst, nigga, you got a horrible sleep regimen. You know what I'm saying? Like, at least, I should say.
Right.
These niggas is pro athletes, bro, and have been playing ball nonstop since they started. That's the thing. That's really what it is. Like, cats been playing ball, pro ball, like, when you get to that level, they've been playing ball nonstop since they was young kids. No breakups, no hiccups. So if you had a six-pack, nigga, in the 8th grade and you never stopped,
You just got a core
that's what I'm
strong.
saying. Like,
nigga.
niggas
you
don't
got a strong
understand that.
core,
Niggas
bro.
don't understand that. Like, cats don't understand
That
like
core is something
the
different.
level of conditioning.
Right.
You can go spend. You got millions of dollars. You can go spend all the money you want
Right.
getting in shape. You can go get that pro trainer. You can go get this. You can go get that shooting coach, that strength and conditioning coach.
Don't
you
get
go,
them lungs
you
up.
can go hoop with your NBA friends. You can go get your lungs up to an extent.
Yeah.
But that game speed lungs,
Way different.
the only way you get that is playing
It's
in the game.
playing, right, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The only way you get that is playing in the game.
Because
Niggas go-
like I said, even, okay, if I put money into you to hoop again, you ain't going to have that stamina when you first come off
Fam.
that bench.
and you gotta
You
understand,
going to
like,
run a couple times and be like, yo, lungs going to burn
and you gotta
different,
understand-
nigga.
That's the thing, dog. Like, that's the kicker. That's the tester right there. Like, you have to. You can't replicate that. You can't replicate a motherfucker that's willing to die for the ball. Ain't nobody on your practice squad
Because right
diving at the
now,
ball.
are you diving for the ball?
Right now?
Right, yeah.
Why? Like, if we hooping right now,
That shit going
and I'm glad you said that. Because when I first started, and like, me and Drew used to talk about this a lot. Transitioning from like trying to be a hooper to just hooping.
Right.
Bro, it's different. You gotta like shake your mind a little bit. That's why niggas that hoop, they
'Cause
try to go seek high level hoop afterwards.
You're
because it's like,
hooping. You're hooping for different things too. You're no longer hooping
Yeah,
to
bro.
make it to something. You're hooping just.
you know,
to
I just told myself
get
that the other day.
cardio
Something
and-
funny. So I stopped eating meat. It's been like a month. I'm seeing the transition in my health and my body and the way I feel. Right. And you know that because you do things like that. You cut certain things out, fam. So my mind is like, okay, I'm starting to put a workout plan together. I'm gonna ease my way back into working now. I'm getting shape. I'm writing this shit out because that's how it works for me. Like I'm writing this shit out. Then I just start laughing and threw the paper away. Hey, I'm not trying to dunk
I'm
on
not
nobody.
doing
Yeah,
this.
like I look at the paper, like fam.
I'm not.
You gotta relax, nigga.
Relax.
Like you're not
Pick
training
two
to
of
guard
these, nigga.
nobody, nigga.
Right,
Like you're
pick
not,
two of
nigga.
these,
Knock
nigga.
off hella reps. Like nigga, what are you trying to? I'm not trying to go dunk on
We
nobody.
need to just
or
go out here and teach Jalen to play
You know what I'm saying?
basketball and get ourselves into shape doing
that. Yeah, but no, we gotta find a little gym, fam.
Yeah, because I
It's
ain't
too hot.
nigga. I'm not. Or we gonna have to do night sessions.
I'm down with that. It's the one or the other. And
do
even at
night
night, it's still
sessions.
hot. But at least that sun ain't gonna be beaming on you. Like
It still got a little breeze at night.
yeah, boy. Like Yeah, that's crazy though. But
It
shout out
was
to
on
J. Cole,
88
man.
today. Today wasn't bad. But yeah, shout out to J. Cole.
His team
All
won.
you motherfuckers who was thinking he was going to drop 20's an idiot, though. He ain't no slouch. That 3 points don't mean he can't hoop, but we were
Fam.
expecting a lot for a nigga to jump off the
And
bench.
J. Cole gets to be nervous too, fam.
Yeah.
Like, you've been
This
wanting
ain't
to do
rapping.
something. So, okay, so let's
This
say like
ain't
this.
rapping on the
Say
stage
this
that you've
podcast
done
takes
so
off.
many
This
times.
podcast takes off.
Right.
To the point where I'm popping, and I'm just in best shape of my life, and I got NBA friends, and I know agents, and
Or you go play in the Big Three or something.
and I get an opportunity to just play basketball
You gonna be
on a
nervous
high
as
level
shit out there.
with other pros. You respect the process, fam. You're gonna be
Yeah.
like, damn, like, well,
You gonna feel like you never done this before, nigga.
and J. Cole's in practice. He's seeing the next day when he's sore as fuck. Niggas still drop
That
stuff,
nigga's
dunking
really
like ain't
living
nothing
in
happened.
Rwanda right now. That's crazy.
Like a king.
Yeah. Stupid.
You know he out there with
Oh,
good gold.
and dumbass
With that gold
security.
That gold.
His security is probably ridiculous, nigga.
Yeah, he balling though. I mean, fam, I'm not gonna lie. If it's the same league that I'm thinking, and I don't want, I'm gonna say this on our platform, but fact check me. I'm not saying this as a statement. Barack Obama is like a commissioner of one of the African leagues. It's the one that the NBA is dealing with. I'm assuming that's the one that J. Cole fuck with, but it might not be. You know what I'm saying? But it's just something to think about. I didn't really look into it. I meant to. But either way it go, man, I just want to say
Shout
this.
out.
Shout out to J. Cole, man. Live your dreams. It's inspiring. I said, my era was a little different, but I said this, though. Like, these young kids now, that's even more proof. Between him, LaMelo Ball, people like that, that's more proof. Like, don't let these cats tell you that you got to fit in a box to live your dream. Because we're obviously seeing the NBA don't subscribe to that.
No.
NBA don't give a fuck how you get there. If
Just
you
get
nice,
there.
they gonna sign you.
Just get there.
Like, you know what
That's
I'm
all they
saying?
ask
Just
you
get
to do.
there.
Just get there.
Get here.
We don't care how you get here, but
Yeah.
when you get here,
I remember I was at a camp, bro. I was at a camp, and
because you probably wouldn't played in the fucking Triple B league, the Big
nigga,
Baller League. Nigga.
I remember my mom and I was talking about that when she heard about it. She said, you heard about that league? I was like, I was telling your auntie, like, oh, King would have jumped all over that because I didn't like,
Fast.
fam, I want.
But did you ever try out for the Bighorns? No.
So the thing is like, Juice tried out for the
I know
Bighorns.
he did.
Like, shout out to Ethan O'Brien, man. He lined me up, but I ain't gonna lie, bro, I was done.
Yeah, you were over with
What
it,
I
bro.
did do was get some gear though.
Yeah.
I got some little shorts, you know what I'm saying? Some of them good old NBA socks that you can only get, nigga, from a nigga
He
in
said
the
I
league.
was done.
Fam, well, I can't even say what I was doing the night before on this podcast. Boy, like the night before
Yes, you
Try
can.
out.
This is our shit.
yeah, I'm not gonna say.
Oh,
it, though.
okay,
Like,
it's
like,
different.
You know what I mean? I'm in a different space. Like, you know what I mean? We grown now.
He's doing too much.
I was wilding, and I remember I damn near forgot about it. And was like, oh, yo, shit.
I gotta go to a tryout.
And then woke up that morning like,
Fuck that tryout.
I'm not going, bro. I don't even want to play in the G League. Sound crazy,
All right.
but it's a fact.
In retrospect, do you wish you woulda?
In retrospect, what I wish is I wouldn't have took my foot off the gas. Well, actually, no. I don't have, because sometimes I go back with that because I feel like I'm supposed to regret it. But fam, you know what you know.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we're gonna talk about it a little bit, but it's just like a lot of people with the Joe Budden and Rory and Maul in them situation, they can't fathom walking away from something that seems easy, but we know it's not. That's paying millions of dollars.
Well, I can't fathom the walking away from millions of dollars.
But if you've already made millions of dollars, you walk away from millions of dollars all the time. Because once you become a millionaire, you turn down deals that you don't fuck with. Mm-hmm. But if we on the come up, shit, I don't give a fuck if it's L'Oreal, nigga. Bring it on. We'll endorse that shit.
Right.
But we got a bag, and they be like, yo, we want you to endorse such and such, and we think that product is whack, nigga. We don't give a fuck how much money it is. I'm not doing that shit. That's just corny.
Right.
Right? That's all I'm trying to say. It's hard to like, because a lot of people didn't know the money that's in there. That really blew up some shit. Because a lot of people didn't realize, like, it's a bag in this industry. You can get a bag out of this. Well, it's the same thing with hoop, dog. Like, the game, what do pros always say? I heard Shannon Sharp say this. I heard Shaq say this. Two different athletes. Oh, fam, I'd have played another 5 years if I didn't have to go to practice. If I didn't have to go to the meetings. If I didn't have to. I mean, fam, I'm a naturally kind of like stocky dude. I'm a little bit. Bro, I used to have to like work hard to like stay in shape. a little bit. Like I used to have to, like my midsection boy, I used to have to put in work on that. Like you know what I'm saying, and watch what I. That shit ain't fun when you're not reeking nothing. And then like this is the kicker. You become a point in time as an athlete, especially an unpaid athlete, that your time, your life clock starts happening.
Mm-hmm.
Your life clock starts happening. That motherfucker that you know that just got a good job that you probably, into society's eyes, had one up on because you were away playing college ball or you were trying to do this. 5 years or so go by, nigga, that nigga's a general manager or assistant. You know, he's moved up. What have you done? I think people fall in love with the imagery of being an athlete. Shout out to Coach Scott, man. He's always telling me all the time, just make sure you hang it up when you feel like you becoming a jersey wearer. And I didn't know what that meant for a long time, but I take that in my everyday life. Nigga, if we go hire somebody to come on staff and we see that they only like the recognition of it, they like the idea of saying, oh, I'm on a podcast, I work on a podcast, but they don't really want to come in and put in no work. They don't want to do any editing. They don't want to do any, you know what I'm saying? The dog hour shit.
Mm-hmm.
They're jersey wearers.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's some motherfuckers that's on a football team in high school. That's the perfect example, is the high school football player. There's a lot of motherfuckers that try to gain masculinity by joining the high school football team. Now, we all as ex-athletes and shit, like, we know there's a lot of niggas that's gonna make the team, but only a quarter of motherfuckers are actually playing and like contributing to wins and losses. But to the girls, right? To the naked eye, oh, you're on a football team, right? Yeah, he's a football player. Yeah, don't be calling out stats. You don't hear girls be like, yeah, my boyfriend's an All-American. Like, nigga, they don't even talk like that. Like, they just be like, oh yeah, he plays basketball. Man, I remember I was hanging out with a shorty, like, please do. I remember talking to a shorty once, hanging out, man, and she was talking about her guy who played ball. And I think it was a whole ex-NBA player and shit. And I remember laughing, like, damn, like, listening to you, it sounded like this nigga just played a little college ball or something, nigga, and fizzed out. Like, you ain't even put, like, the sauce on it. But she just didn't care about those details. You know what I mean? Like, some people are jersey wearers in the sense that they will join an entity or a team or an organization just for maybe the camaraderie or the notoriety of it all. You know what I'm saying? You see, like, biker club dudes a lot of times, and then a lot of sometimes, you know what I'm saying, shout out to all my football players, my real football players, but they know it's a lot of niggas on their football team that just want to look cool in the pads and shit, nigga, and stand on that. They cool not playing.
Like the niggas who like play semi-pro ball now.
Fam.
If you're on the bench of a semi-pro ball team,
what are you doing?
You're a jersey wearer.
Bro, so look, I'm not gonna say, I know some niggas that can hoop, that can ball, I should say.
Right.
That do those things. And I think a lot of them, the ones, and I'm giving my niggas bail, I think they do it just for, like, where else can you go put on some pads and hit somebody? But it be cats taking that shit like there's league scouts there.
Right.
Like there's somebody, like, they on their way to get scouted. And it's just like, as long as your priorities are straight, some of them niggas is out there and they own a home. They got income coming in and they just doing that for fun. Yep. But fam, them shits, a lot of them shits, semi-pro is a very loose term.
Very.
I'll say that.
Very. They're not getting paid for that.
A very loose term. And I'm like, if you're not getting paid for it, I don't know how the hell this is professional.
Right. Like,
that's like the number one qualification of being a professional is getting paid for it. So, but I'm an ex-hooper. I cannot play basketball for a year, 3 years, and get an itch and go to the park and test some shit out, see if I still got it. A football player don't have that luxury.
Not at all.
You know what I'm saying? They don't get to just go play. Playing pickup football, flag football is nothing like. What does that do for a nigga that played middle linebacker his whole career? Like, that don't do nothing for him. Like, you know what I'm saying? So, I get it. You know what I mean? Some niggas is built to hit. Pause, I guess. You know what I'm saying?
What's some sense?
But let's go ahead and get into it, man. It's the number one topic. We don't like to jump on the shit that everybody else talking about, but when it's relevant, man, we'll throw our little 2 cents in. And first off, I heard somebody describe the Joe Budden podcast breakup as the Rockefeller podcast breakup. Like, nigga, like, it's the biggest thing since that. And it's like that version. That's the version of it in the podcast world.
I mean, technically, I guess
I felt them.
Nobody's really broken up in the podcast game that's that big.
And then, so I just wanted to do a little update quick. I don't know. You seen the accusations that my nigga Joe going through, man? Fam, they on this nigga's head. So, Joe Budden podcast, quick update, man. We talked on like the fact that they were breaking up in terms of Rory and Mal. Rory and Mal did a response video. Did you see that? Okay, so let me walk you through this, my nigga. First, I'll go with the response video. Rory and Mal do a response video. Their take, basically, in a nutshell, this is friendship and business, and one person coming from their background probably seamlessly lives in that space. Because you notice him and Parks are the ones, they don't have any issues. Parks swears by everything, everything's Gucci. For the last couple years, Rory and Mal, they don't own this shit. They're technically,
Employees.
for lack of better terminology, they're employees, but they're not just your everyday employees. They're bosses too, nigga. They have a percentage share contract or agreement. So basically, anything that Joe brings in pertaining to the podcast, they get their cut. Before I get to where the problem is, they're saying, yo, we need accountant. Joe, this is where he's wrong, right? This is where he's leaning on a friendship. It's like, oh, these my boys, nigga, whatever, they need some accountant. They're not accountants. They're not even entertainers. They're not used to none of this shit. He sends over a very vanilla copy of accountant, like some just basically spreadsheet shit. Rory comes from corporate America, fam. So Rory's like, I'm not fucking with that.
Right.
This ain't it. Sends it over to his lawyers and shit, you know, boom, boom, boom. It ain't it. So Joe start, you know, it's a little tension shit. Because of this accounting issue, now Rory and Mal both starting to count this nigga pockets. That's what happens. They start counting this nigga pockets, forgetting, and this is what got them in trouble, in my opinion. They forget that Joe got millions of dollars sitting at Love and Hip Hop, millions of dollars at Revolt TV for State of the Culture, and millions of dollars for his pull-up. He actually takes his Cash App deal and flips it to the podcast. Now the podcast is powered by Cash App, and they're all getting monthly checks out of that. Big ones, right? But they still want to see the accounting, which I'm not all the way mad at, right? Okay. So Joe's like, okay, he gets annoyed because he's like, man, whatever. Like, you niggas never formally did anything or came at, but whatever. Like, it comes up in jokes on the podcast. It comes up, you niggas trying to paint me a certain way. Whatever. Like, boom. So here's the shit. Now, it's a third-party accounting agency or firm. It's not like Joe's doing the accounting. Say in so this is what they're saying in the review. This is what their issue is. Joe, the company that they're using, I forgot the name of it. One of the top tier joints, right? Like, the Joe Budden podcast isn't their biggest account. It's federal offense for them to fuck money up and do anything with money. So, like, Joe is like, nigga, you have access to everything. You have your own lawyers, even though you niggas got the same lawyer. That's weird. He said. He's like, but whatever. Have your lawyer, nigga, hit the accountant. What are you calling me for? Right? You have your contracts. You have access to the accounting firm. Why is it coming up on the podcast, my nigga? Like, why are niggas walking up doing the show with an attitude? Why is niggas making little snide remarks about what I'm buying and what I spend my money on? Like, that type shit. When technically, if you niggas wasn't my friends, these is fireable offenses. Right? Joe's take is, nigga, I paid for everything. I started this podcast dolo.
Right.
Like, what's the problem? Nigga, equipment, when your mic breaks, nigga, who pays for it? Room and board and maybe even per diem, I'm not sure, but nigga, you've traveled all around the country with me doing shows. You got paid for that. It's documented. They both admit that niggas was making comments about money, so he just felt like, well, since we didn't take that deal that would have paid them millions and gave them security, he felt bad. He said, everybody ain't cut for this artistry shit. So he told Ian, his business partner, against Ian's wishes. Ian was like, don't do it. You're going to set a bad precedence. I've done this before. Don't do it. They're going to have to just weather the storm. This is the part of it. Everybody's paid. It's not like nobody's broke, nigga. This is just what it is. Well, he's like, nigga, the podcast ain't making money because I turned down millions of dollars from Spotify because the deal wasn't right. Why wasn't the deal right? The deal wasn't right because anything that Maul would have created from that moment on, they would have got a piece of. Maul ain't even created nothing. Anything Rory was doing, like, nigga, Rory, you and your friends created Duce Palooza. That's y'all thing with Duce and Hove. Why would Spotify get a piece of it?
Right. And Hove ain't gonna have that because Hove, nigga, hates
so peep
Spotify,
this, though.
nigga.
So peep this. Like he said, he's like, these niggas watch Spotify do me dirty. Spotify found out that these niggas took the show on tour and was like, yo, hold on. We ain't negotiate that.
Right.
We want to cut. Joe was like, nigga, okay, I'm paying these niggas out of my pocket. Not Rory, not Maul. What are you talking about? So now I give you my shit. Now this is where Rory and them got a point because I'm like, nigga, that's when I would have fired the accounting agency and like we were going to another accounting agency. That's what they should have did. Joe should have had a managing firm manage his shit. Mm-hmm. And he's learning that now. So what happens is they get a report back. Roy's no dummy. He's on this shit. He's from the business world. Roy like, that ain't right.
Right.
Sends it back. They like, oh, fam, you're right. Our error. But the error was worth $400,000 discrepancy. Now that sounds salacious. It sounds like, oh, nigga, they caught you. They caught Joe, nigga, trying to tuck $400,000. Joe ain't seen that money. Joe ain't touched that money. That's not like Joe didn't. He's not doing the accounting. He's hiring somebody, paying them to do it. And then it was some tiff between it because he was like, nigga, I already gave you niggas accounting several times. You have access. You can do it. I'm not paying for this shit. I already pay these niggas. Y'all paying them. So that was another little beef. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, where Joe was wrong, where they feel like Joe was wrong, where Maul is upset with Joe, is when he told Rory, because all this shit was going on that people didn't know, but we could hear it, you could hear it in the show. He was like, bro, you obviously feel the way, man. Take some time, take a couple days, take whatever you need to do to get to make sure the business is straight on your end, to where you come here and feel comfortable. Because at this point, you're basically saying I'm a liar and a cheater. You're basically accusing me of doing the things that I built my career talking about, right? So, the way it sounds, dog, is that when Rory hit Maul, he hits Maul up like, yo, this nigga Joe just told me not to come to work today, come not to do the show. Maul's a loyal dude. I think Maul was like, who this nigga is? Now, they've already been having conversations about this little accounting shit for 2-3 years. They already feel in their heads that there's a potential that some money is not coming to them because they seeing Joe go all the way up. Now, they all millionaires, but they seeing Joe go up, and not giving them like, I'm up. But, nigga, they forgetting that Joe owns this, and Joe has the ability to get back. And so he's like, he's like, man, what about, he's like, I got my business partner right here, and he can assure you there's millions of dollars out there for me and not pertaining to the Joe Budden podcast. Joe's a real celebrity. He has a cult-like following. Nigga, like, he has a Grammy-nominated single. Like, he sold millions of records. He can always go get a bag. And so it's just like, because we're getting all this money together and we're synonymous with each other on this podcast that I own, that I fund, y'all cool with y'all splits, but now you want to go through my motherfucking funds, nigga, and check my pockets? Like, you don't get to do that. In what world does an employee get to walk up to the boss and be like, yo, let me see the accountant?
Right.
In what world does an employee get to walk up to the boss and be like, yo, how much you paying the camera dude? As if it's all coming out of his money. Now, the thing is, because of the way this shit was funded and started, that's where I feel like Rory and Maul is kind of foul from what I have, from the information I got. Because if you fund something, let's just say you hit me and was like, yo, Keem, I want you to come sit in on my podcast. And I came and sat down in this chair. And everything was like this. Ready to go. When the bag come, your bag is going to be different. Mm-hmm. If you were famous, excuse me, if you were a famous MC, went platinum. You know, you had Joe's career.
Right.
And you coming down to Vegas, UNT coming down to Vegas. I'm like, yo, that's perfect timing, fam. I'm about to start this little podcast. And I have you come sit with me. Fam, it's different. It's like Axe said, like, it's different. Everybody don't have a fucking famous rapper friend to go sit down and start their podcast with. Like, you try getting motherfucking views in here on a live stream. You try getting your everyday friends that see you as just an everyday nigga to come support your media company that you starting with your boy. Like, it's hard work. We know this. I've always said that. Like, I mean, if you sat me next to Joe, we gonna cook. If Joe came and sat right here next to us, nigga, we would be the Joe Budden podcast. Like, not pause, not to be on this nigga's dick, but Joe amongst other people, there are certain characters that are, what's the word I'm looking for, man? Like, when they speak, people listen. Even if it's just a shit. A lot of Joe's interactions, and he talked about this before, is negative. People just interact with him to shit on him. He don't block them. That's good content.
I feel like niggas need to just talk about it.
My thing is, at this point, good things come to an end, fam. I can't imagine Rockefeller not breaking up.
Right.
When you see the way Hove progressed and Dame Dash progressed, they obviously were different dudes and progressed differently. They both up, they both successful in their own right. So at the end of the day, it's just like, I don't think if they being honest, if you could be on a fly on the wall with Dame and Jay in a room together, bro, I don't think they're gonna be like, damn man, we shouldn't have broke up. I mean, we can build something else if we want to work together again, but it might be just time. 7 years is a long run, and we don't know. Podcasting is new. I hate the messiness of it. I think them dudes represented something.
You keep me from being messy on this podcast.
An aspect, but that's the thing though. We do that. We do certain things for each other. That's what it is. That's what a team is. It's like, and when you know your man's, you know what I'm saying? It's like, yo, don't go there because I know you, right? But that's all that is.
Nigga. Where my camera? Hold on. I know y'all see me in this camera struggling right now. This nigga's an asshole.
Oh, that edible?
Nigga.
Right.
I'm struggling right now.
Hey, fam.
My eyes heavy.
I felt it when I was talking,
shit
nigga, like,
right now, nigga.
hey, man, them shits is good. The dude told me, I was like, man.
Nigga, I'm over here like, nigga, why can't I keep my eyes open, nigga?
I told him, I was like, yeah,
This
man,
nigga's a dickhead.
I just got diagnosed with anxiety. Just a little conversation in the dispensary. Old head was like, you want these right here? He showed me them. He's like, man, you want these right here? And they're on sale right now. He was just like, trust me.
I'm stuck.
Yeah,
You're an asshole, nigga.
Them shits get you right.
What's next, bro?
And they taste
I couldn't
delicious,
even talk
nigga.
through that whole situation you were
good.
talking about. I listened, but nigga.
No, it's cool. And I wanted to catch you up to speed. So now, okay, that's the separation.
Right.
Rory and Maul, they do their little show and give their little rebuttal to Joe firing them. Right? The story is out there. Sounds like if Rory and Maul, all these niggas claim they're not suing each other. The shit came up before Joe was talking out of his ass. He was mad. He was like, nigga, I dare you niggas to go try to start another podcast. I'll sue the socks off you.
Wow.
Right? Well, he has every right to say that because if you're going to stick me up live in my podcast, like I got $1 million business here. That made you millions. Whether you're happy with the way things are going or not, fam, niggas got to come to work. If we sign a deal, what was we mad at? Shout out to my man. This ain't no diss on you. What were we hurt at Chuck about?
This nigga quit right after.
When did he depart from us? Right after we signed an exclusivity deal, nigga. That said that it was 3 people on this show that we had to carry that deal out. He was able to go like keep his likeness, do all type of shit, whatever he wanted to do.
We didn't get sued.
Facts. We could have got hit with a lawsuit on that. You know what I'm saying? And that was a legitimate gripe with us. Like, damn, bro. Like, now
the beef about that stupid ass shit though. Like, all right, Chuck, I fuck with you, but my beef with you is I saw you earlier that same day, face to face with this nigga And you could have.
Somehow when we signed the contract.
No, when he quit. It was podcast day. Remember, he hit us right as we're in here setting up.
Yeah.
We just saw the nigga early that day, and you could have been like, "Hey, bro."
Oh yeah. We did.
I love y'all, but
it's not.
I can't. And all right, cool. I wouldn't have been mad. I wouldn't have been like, "Fuck you, nigga." I'm like, all right, I'm glad you told me. You texted niggas.
My thing is, and you have that right. If I'm speaking on it, the thing that bothered me about that situation was the
I just
time.
know I wouldn't have to go through that with you.
Not right. It
You
was
would
just the
tell
time.
me in
It
my
was
face.
the timing of it all. Like, fam, what happened to like before the? Remember, the first contracts we got wasn't even right. We had to send them back and get new contracts. Like at one point in time. So you telling me at that time you was down? You was still ready? You obviously wasn't as excited as we were, bro. You obviously wasn't all the way into it, and that's okay. You know what I'm saying? But on the show, getting back to the subject, that's what Joe was accusing these niggas of. Like, Maul, I've been telling you to take over our merch for years. You the flyest nigga on the show. You wear everybody else's merch. You always got the hottest Griselda
So
merch
then
on.
I know where Joe's beef is coming from, because my beef would be the same way as like the nigga quit when he had the easiest job of all.
Hold on, my fault. I don't even mean to touch on you. He gave them a raise against his business partner's wishes, nigga. When you owe your like nigga Ian was like, bro, you can't afford that right now.
All right.
He gave them raises for no other reason than the fact that he heard them niggas like making comments about money and like, you know what I'm saying, like. And Maul came right on the show, nigga, and was just like, yeah, I don't give a fuck about podcasting. Dog, y'all start talking like this. Joe brings up the network, and then it was like, I don't fuck about that network. This is what what Roy says. You're on the network. You're the hottest thing on the network. Fam, if ATS blows up, nigga, and we got other acts signed, and you get on this mic next to me, and I'm like, I don't give a fuck about nigga always talking shit network.
Hey, Rose.
What does that mean?
Hold on. I don't mean to interrupt you. Rose, we appreciate you listening to us. It's a pleasure that you.
It's my mom.
Oh, this is your mom, huh?
Yeah.
Mama Rose.
My Dukes, what's up? But you get what I'm saying, though?
Yeah.
Like, that's a different thing. Like,
Sorry, Mama Rose. He done gave me an edible, and I'm
it's all good.
toasted.
She know what it is. But it's just one of those things that, like, I think I see both sides. Mm-hmm. That's why I said it might just be time. Because if you grow in resentment, like, see, okay, this is a perfect example, fam. Right now, I podcast, right? You podcast. We own a company together. We own a show. But aside, you produce music. You shoot videos. Fam, if we get lit and you're doing other things and I sit here and start growing in resentment, like, yo, oh, you buying, okay, you got that. And I start counting your, that's the number one sin, right? I start counting your pockets, bro. Like, how's it not, it's easy to get resentful. Mm-hmm. And it's hard to say that that's not it, because I fuck with Maul, but when I hear Maul keep making mentions of this nigga's a Mary hats, I'm like, bro, that just sounds a little spiteful. Right. It sounds a little nasty, like you didn't grew. Because when you see somebody at their worst, like I saw you when you was a druggie, nigga, and like when you wearing the same sweats every day, and niggas was teasing you for wearing a baggy wife beater online. Mm-hmm. You wasn't the fly rapper. You were the talented rapper. Now you fly. And I heard Maul say something else that is a little spicy to me. Yeah, now you gotta understand, man. Now he's interacting with cats that wouldn't even talk to him when he was a rapper. Mm-hmm. I'm like, bro, that's not all the way true. Because all these niggas knew who Joe Budden was when he was a rapper.
Oh yeah.
He beefed with damn near every rapper.
Joe Budden wasn't, and here's the thing: is
Joe was a rapper's
Joe
rapper.
Budden wasn't. I hate you right now.
My bad, bro.
Joe Budden wasn't some fucking one-hit wonder because he had one-hit ass song. Joe Budden had a huge following and a great career. And so when he did shows, he sold out shows. His venues, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So niggas need to quit looking at him like he was some slouch just because the nigga got addicted to drugs. Like,
and you know,
hold on, let me say, nigga got addicted to drugs like most motherfucking rappers, most motherfucking musicians, a lot of motherfucking athletes do. But niggas wasn't talking. Niggas don't talk about. Let's look at the athletes athletes, rappers, and all the people I just named comedians, actors who have tried to kill themselves been swept under the rug because their publicist got a hold of it. But we crucify Joe because this nigga has mental health issues.
And he speaks about them publicly.
You gave a
I'm
nigga,
glad you said that.
essentially gave a nigga money who should have never had money. Now, listen to what I'm saying. I'm not saying he does not deserve to be rich, but you gave a nigga money who essentially could not handle it at that time. Now he can handle it. This nigga's grown. This nigga's been through all the shit.
I'm following what
you
you're
know
saying.
what I'm saying?
It's like, I get what you're saying.
Take a nigga out the hood and give him millions. He gonna
and
fuck
you're
up at
talking
first.
About, you're talking about a lot of
Without
teenagers.
a publicist,
Right.
without a manager, without a fucking accountant, this nigga gonna fuck off hella money before he realizes, fuck am I doing out here? All these chains, all these cars, houses, nigga.
And aside from those things,
like niggas pointing fingers.
Why am I renting this mansion when I should be buying one?
Niggas pointed fingers at Joe like because he had real life mental health issues and was a rich man with mental health issues. What do they say about money? Money makes you more of the person that you were without it.
Yeah, sometimes, yeah.
Joe Budden was a case of that. Joe Budden had, lack of a better word, a little drug problem, mental health issues before he became a rapper. You give him millions of dollars, what he's going to do? It only exacerbates that issue.
Right.
And you now put a fucking introvert and you're forcing him to be an extrovert in front of millions of fucking people on TV. Humiliation through memes. Fucking internet.
Robbing him of millions of dollars.
Right.
Like, put
niggas running up on him at his house to where he got to throw rocks at little kids and shit, and then we're making fun of this nigga.
Having deals and stuff like that
didn't pay you at all,
or that just stole
worse
from
than
you,
slave
or like our quote unquote slave deals. Like
that was he got worse than a slave deal, bro.
I mean, it can't get too worse than a slave deal, bro.
He had a little bit worse than this. It was just bad for him.
He got paid.
He did, but not.
But still, he got paid.
Yeah.
Like we gotta relax. Slaves don't get paid. So I get what you're saying.
Okay, yeah. Don't get twisted. Joe got bread. Joe had bread back then.
And
but here's what I'm saying.
That's not even important.
But what I'm saying is, you just gotta cut this man. Like, okay, there was a point in time, you've heard me say it, where I would consider Joe Budden a hater.
Right.
Until I sat back and just started valuing his opinion.
And until you got on that mic and started having to make an opinion on things, like.
But no, I just started valuing him for his opinion.
But when you're giving your opinion,
because
when you're making commentary, no, the 50% you're hating.
No, but before then, even before we did this, I sat back and I was like, Joe Budden's been through a lot. The nigga's not a fucking idiot. What he speaks on is truth. What he feels is truth. I can't tell another man what his truth is. So essentially, I can't call this nigga a hater.
Right.
I can't hate another man for his opinion and belief. I can't call the nigga a hater for that.
Yeah, that's just my stance on things. Like,
so I had to sit back and
be
like,
there is hating.
And think about it. Think about how much you have to take your ego out of it to do what he does and face the heat that he does.
So I'm gonna give you an example right now.
Charlemagne and
I'm gonna give you an example.
I'm
gonna give you an example. We've never seen this. Charlemagne is not the same. I'm gonna give you an example. Why? You're gonna feel me on this one.
Well, yeah, he's not.
No, you're gonna feel me on this one. Joe Budden is Jay Williamson. Jay Williamson was supposed to be the next AI. Right? He was supposed to be Kyrie.
Yep.
He has a fucking catastrophic injury that messes his career up. And then he has to swallow his pride and talk graciously about other basketball players, some that isn't as good as he was. But they all look at him as like, nigga, I'm nicer than you.
I wonder what Jay Williams would have been.
Think about this though. Think about being a guy. You were the guy. Hold on, hear me out. You were the guy. You were that guy. Your second year, you're out of there. You try to come back a few years later with a completely reconstructed knee and a leg. You're not the same. You're not the same guy. And like, although he made the Nets team and could have still been an NBA player,
he would have never been.
He walked away because it was like, nigga, I can't even get past nobody.
Right.
Like, this is just a sympathy contract probably at this point because I'm from New Jersey and I'm a legend. So he goes, gets his life together. That's trauma, bro. There's trauma in that. He goes, gets his life together, gets his pockets together. I don't know if he finished his degree. I'm pretty much he just finished school, all that stuff. Now you got these jobs, and I look at that cat in the morning, and I'm like, when I'm hearing him talk about Kyrie, bro, you can't tell me that Kyrie was just better than him. Like,
no,
especially at that. I watched Kyrie at
nigga.
Duke.
Let's go. Just
I watched Jay Will at Duke.
Yeah, well,
like,
bruh, Jay Will at Duke was nigga. I used to hate. Cause you knew Duke was hooping. Like I used to hate it because Jay Will used to be out there.
Fam, Jay Will
dogging
was a
niggas,
problem,
bro.
He was a problem.
And I was like, cool. And it was like, all right, I don't like your team that you're on. And, you're great. And I hate it because I'm a Michigan
a
fan.
Duke fan.
And we couldn't get past you motherfuckers because he was just goddamning it. But I was like, I want to see this nigga in the league. So I'm like, cool. And then I heard that nigga, it was over. I'm like, that's so sad, bro. I'm like, goddamn.
Got hurt second year in the league. Like, they unretired Michael
And then
Jordan's
let's talk
locker
about,
for that
and then
cat.
let's talk about, and it's the same with D Rose, bro.
Yeah, that's another tragic situation.
Fucking
but no,
straight.
hold on. This is the thing, though. No,
But he at least had to come. He got to come back. But what I'm
D
saying
Rose got the
is,
salvage career.
But what I'm saying is, he never. What do you think D Rose would have been if it wasn't for that injury? Neither one of them would have happened.
I'm gonna be honest with you. To me, it was a great question. I thought D Rose was great. I was a D Rose fan.
Nigga, he would have been.
But
so
I
special.
agree with D Rose with what he said the other night. He's like, people don't believe it, but I'm a much better basketball player now than I was when I won rookie MVP. I believe that because
No. I don't think he's wrong because that goes along with a lot of shit. He's probably a better fundamentally player. Right. He's probably better mentally. He probably knows how to slow that ball down
he's a
way
better
better.
shooter.
Because here's the thing.
He plays in different speeds
the
now.
Nigga that old Jay.
He's more savvy.
That old Derrick Rose was
all
speed.
Explosion. Yeah.
Nigga, I'm going to dunk on you. I got a shot. Nigga, as soon as they get this ball inbound, I don't care if it could be an inbound. I'm going to make it a fast break. That was D Rose, nigga.
Right, I'm a fast break at
right,
half court.
Right. So, but no, I still think he would have. I think he would have still progressed to this great player with the explosiveness and the knowledge had he not suffered
I think
one knee injury. And I feel the same for fucking Brandon Roy, bro.
Hold on, let's not jump there.
Oh
yet.
my God, Brandon Roy.
Let's stay on D Rose. I think D Rose was able to salvage his career. I think D Rose is still a top player, not a top tier player, but he's still a top.
He can make any roster. Let's be real.
Exactly.
He'll make any roster better.
He'll make any roster better. And I'll say this, dog. Like, if Derrick Rose after those injuries couldn't play ball no more and had to like sit on TV and talk about hoopers,
right? He wouldn't talk bad about them.
I know that, but at the same time, I want people to understand how much humility goes into that.
Oh yeah.
Because the everyday person don't have that, fam. The everyday person, it's niggas that won't buy your album because they got a cousin that used to produce. Like, it's niggas that won't buy or support your music because they wanted to rap and used to rap, and they stopped rapping. So they're just gonna hate on you. They ain't supporting that shit. They're gonna buy everybody else's album from anywhere else in the country. They're not supporting your shit because you from where I'm from.
Well, let's be
and
real.
I used to rap, and you know what I'm saying?
Jordan couldn't be a commentator because I don't feel like Jordan could speak positively about the league and shit now. Jordan still has that air of arrogance to him. Yeah, and so it's earned.
He'd be like Charles Barkley and them, but worse.
Yeah, earned. It's earned arrogance. I'm not.
The thing about Jordan is every
it.
conversation will go back to him.
Exactly.
And that wouldn't be made for good TV.
The way we would have did it in Chicago, we would have. The way I would have. It would have. Oh yeah. That's why it would.
That's why
he's hella
for
egotistical.
a long time he sucked. The reason why he can't fuck up LaMelo is because LaMelo has a father figure in his life equal to Jordan's father figure in his life.
Yep.
And he is the same type of spirit.
Yep.
Like, nigga, I'm doing it. This is the way I play. This is the way I shoot.
Yep.
He ain't even let them niggas change his shot. Like, nah, this is the way I shoot. And you see I'm shooting just fine, my nigga. Like,
yakking.
Imagine if he had been like his brother and didn't have that lesson. And now you get all the way to the NBA and be the second pick and change your shot.
Mm-hmm. You don't do that.
I don't give a fuck if you got the worst shot in the world, nigga. You change your shot that summer.
Mm-hmm.
In the off season.
Yeah.
This is what got me here. This is how I'm shooting this motherfucker.
Right.
That's just common sense. But, you know, things can get tricky. Now when the shit gets hot, man, and we jumping all over the place, but just to wrap this back up.
Can we talk something about real quick? We did so I want to talk about Brandon Roy. That's a tragic case too. Brandon Roy was on his way to being one of the greatest basketball players.
Yeah, Brandon Roy was
at least top 20, nigga.
He was good.
At the end of his career, would have been top 20 without injury.
He was definitely top 20 in the league before he got hurt.
That was a nigga who took a Portland team who really didn't have a lot of shit.
He was a problem.
And made them nasty, bro.
No, he was a problem.
Clutch.
Roy was good.
Nigga, that was a hell of a clutch player, nigga. Just like Dame is, nigga. That's the nigga final shot. You get that shit, dude.
Yeah, but he just way bigger.
Yep.
Could do more because of that. But yeah, no, that's facts.
That's what
Shout out to Brandon Roy, man. I know he's coaching and shit like that, man, with the youth. Shout out to B. Roy.
I just got head coach at
yeah, I seen that.
McQueen.
But back to what I was saying, man. Like, there's a DJ Olivia Dope. Shout out to you. Peace and well-being.
That's tight.
Yeah, she's a dope DJ actually too. But she was on the Joe Budden Network on one of the shows. She's coming out saying that she quit because she felt sexually harassed.
Oh fuck! By who?
Joe, of course.
God.
So she makes a statement. Fam, I'm gonna just be honest.
I just feel like Joe is such an easy target, bro, and people just love. My bad. Go ahead.
Yeah,
My bad. My bad.
Let me set this up. So the issue is that it's all over the place. But man, she's saying, and you can, if you've been listening, this is all played out on air. The problem I have with her accusations is the things that she's accusing him of is very gray, right? She said that he might have thrust her.
And it's very salacious, bro.
Right. Now, hold on. It's all those things, but it doesn't mean they're not true. Right. I don't want to sound like I'm just jumping on the lady and like she's like lying. But what I heard was a lot of misinterpretations. So, you know, and I know, doing this podcast shit, we're doing live right now on Facebook. We're playing around with this. But normally, what do? We come in, we record, and then the next day or that night, we edit, and then we release. That is the culture of podcasting. The culture of podcasting is a recorded conversation. You get good in certain areas, and you start learning how to perform the conversation, right? What she was doing, and a lot of people you could tell don't understand this, but what she was doing is she was taking, like, she was speaking on stuff that was being said. So we talking. Let's say we have a lady on. Now you know how we give it up. Hey, shit, you in the lion's den in here, shorty. Now you come sit in this lion's den. Some shit might get said that makes you feel uncomfortable. But on a typical situation, we're recording. We notice it. Let's say you look in the girl's eyes after I say something crazy, and you notice that she feels a little uncomfortable, right?
You're gonna get one of those.
Not even you don't even have. That's what you're gonna do. But at the same time, we're not tripping. Let's not on Facebook Live. We on our normal setting.
Oh yeah.
We were just recording.
Right.
It don't fucking matter what's said. You can push the envelope because if it goes too far,
I'll edit it out.
You edit it out. So what she was doing was, well, this part you all didn't see because what Joe said here was this, and this. Now, Joe definitely was on one that night. Like, when they was recording, I don't know if Joe was lit. I don't know what it was. I don't know if he really was just shooting his shot. I don't know if Shorty was giving those vibes. But it's more to the story. Joe is a fucking, like, documented sniper, nigga. It's more to the story. When you are on a sniper's list, unless you take the Derek Jeter, Nick Cannon role, where you're like a ghost, there's going to be accusations and the he said, she said, because you're dealing with a lot of women. Right? But the thing is with her, I don't think, in listening to her, I think she was telling her truth. And when you go back and watch the shit, she looked uncomfortable during some of those exchanges. However, she said when she was asked, is this uncomfortable? She felt pressured because everyone was laughing and it wasn't an issue to kind of let the show go on. Now, she's a DJ. She's in the industry. It's not like you're an accountant and they put you in this industry space and you was just kind of feeling that pressure. I'm like,
so you know you were in the room with the
this
sharks.
Is my problem. Now, I'm a man with sisters. You know how I feel about this, Dre.
All right.
I love women. I support women. But I need women to understand that when you're asked if this is uncomfortable.
Say it's uncomfortable.
And it's uncomfortable.
Please do.
Fam, I need you to be like, yo, this is uncomfortable.
It really
because it's being presented so that, and knowing what it is to do podcast, and this is a new hot thing and everybody's jumping on it, but I know what it is to get behind this mic. We know what it is to put a show together. Fam, remember when we first started, edit that. I was wilding. Like, I didn't mean that. Like, why would I say that about her? Or did I say her name? Yeah, get that out of here. Now, if a person is going to take the whole sit down in totality and treat it, see, that's different if you're on the Tonight Show,
Right.
or if you're on Don Lemon's CNN, or you're on the Breakfast Club, a syndicated, corporate-sponsored, corporate-owned and operated show that runs by corporate American standards. This is kicking it on the mic on some entertainment shit. You in the lab.
Right.
That's like a woman going in the studio with an artist and complaining about
What they were talking about and
what
shit
they were
like
talking about in the studio,
Yeah.
because she's not claiming to be physically assaulted or anything like that. So
Right.
we're not talking that kind of criminality. But this isn't a. I don't want to blow over the fact that because a woman's not raped or sexually assaulted, it's not important.
Right.
But what she was doing that I noticed, and I wish if I could talk to Shorty, I would remind her that, like, hey, in the podcast world, she did admit that she was new and she didn't really know and kind of was green. But in the podcast world, if I say something that can be perceived as disrespectful, or just disrespectful in any way, distasteful, that's why you edit. You go back in and you clean up the shit.
I'm gonna keep this.
That's too offensive or
But
over the top out.
I'm gonna keep this 100 and touch on something you're talking about. This is the podcast space. Essentially, this is no holds barred media, radio, news.
It's raw.
Everything.
It's a raw space.
So here's the thing. You need to research the people and the podcast that you're going on to, because you need to know this is what they're gonna do. Just because you're on this show,
it's funny you said that. She said
just because you're on this show, they shouldn't have to change everything they're doing for you. If they're something you don't fuck with, stay home.
So she's on the podcast.
Oh, okay.
She's on the Girls podcast. He signed 2 other podcasts to his label.
Right, and he's like a girl's version, right?
She's on one of the shows. Both of the shows had 3 ladies.
Right.
She abruptly quits the show shortly after that episode. And now with the Joey, this is the thing that some people were killing her for too. The timing of it all. Now with the Rory and Maul split. Now this is what I wanted to tie into this. This is why we're really speaking about this tonight. My brother, we're going to keep this as a lesson between us as we come and massage this mic twice a week.
Pause.
And thank you. And everyone else that jumps in this arena, pay attention to this right here. What my guy Joe did wrong, right? And I hate to say my guy, but I'm saying my guy because I fuck with Joe. I'm a fan of his. I'm not saying my guy in the sense of that's my boy, she lying. You feel me?
Right.
Where he went wrong. I'm not talking about the sexual harassment claims. No one really knows other than the people involved and was there. Joe and his frustration and his thirst to be transparent because of what you had just laid out that he had been through in the industry and all that shit. He's so gung-ho on being transparent and rewriting the script that he let his guard down when he said it. Rory and Maul, he said it sideswiped him. He said he knew it was drama. They was going through their little shit. But when it happened the way it happened and they just didn't show up and Maul didn't come and they were like, we not coming back. Like, he said it. I felt like they was trying to corner me like, nigga, you need us. We hot now. We 2 of the 3. People ain't going, you can't do the show without us. Where Joe got in his survival, his creator survival bag that he talks about all the time, he hit 2 of his friends up. Right. Yo, bro, I need you to stop working. I need you to stop doing this. I need y'all to come sit on this joint with me. I got $1 million thing going over here. These niggas left me high and dry. And then he watched the numbers. And he said it. The numbers took a little dip, and then they went right back up, back up, back up. And they were there long enough as Marlon was playing chicken with him to where he realized that, he even told Ice and this, like, well, even if y'all don't do this show no more, I got to put y'all on the network. Y'all got to do something. Y'all got your own little fan bases now and all type of shit. Like, niggas fuck with y'all. I had niggas calling me that I put onto the show years ago, like, oh, I ain't gonna lie, I kind of like it better with the new dudes. It's a little more mature.
Right.
It's less sophomoric in that way. It's more. It seems like more of a guy show, right? It's more opinionated. Joe's looking at it like, okay, you niggas tried to stick me up, and we putting our friendship on the side. This business, y'all tried to stick me up in business. You niggas both were in breach of your contracts. Like, what's going on, right? Maul took that as like when he seen them on the show and seen them moving, they're saying that like, yo, we should have just stopped doing the show until we got this right.
Right.
Joe is like, bro, I got endorsements, contracts, and all type of shit that my name is on.
Mm-hmm.
I can get sued. I got to do the show. This is my network. You got money. I got shit. Got to keep going. They took that as like, oh, he's trying to sideswipe us out. Because, you know what I'm saying, with those dudes being new, you could put them on salary and they can't really argue with $200,000, $100,000 a year.
Right.
That's good. That's great. But when you were here from like within the first 30 episodes and now we done blew this shit up to a worldwide thing, that's not so great. Nah, nigga, give me equity.
Mm.
She waits until this is trending topic. She walked off the show months ago, fam. Didn't say nothing. She's a DJ. She got a little follow, like, she ain't say nothing.
But here, okay, this is what always happens with Joe Budden, though. Joe Budden gets some type of fucking controversy going against him, and everybody comes out the fucking woodworks with something to say. He always becomes the easy fucking target, and I'm sick of that shit, bro. So when you said
that, the man in me, and not even the man in me, I'm not going to do that. Just common sense in me was just like, bro, I ain't going to lie, Joe is an easy target.
Very
like,
easy
let me guess.
Target,
and so this is what I was waiting for. I needed her to say, yeah, man, and like we were in the office talking about my paycheck and he grabbed my pussy.
Yeah.
Like I needed her to say, yeah, man, like he just kept calling me to the point where my dude had to like be like, yo, stop. He showed up at my house. He grabbed my arm and pinned me on the couch. Like he wouldn't.
But it's none of
in
that.
a room full of people. Now, if you're a Joe Budden fan and you know how this podcast and shit go, even in his career, whatever, in a room full of people, he's telling the other girls on the show, because they come, you know, they all work in the industry. They all kind of beautiful women, but they were using the show as like girl time. We dumbing it down.
Right.
And he was like, no, this is still entertainment. He said like, now see, she's right because I look at her. I want to fuck her, nigga, and the people like her because of that. That's how dudes are gonna come to your show. I can hear Joe being raunchy like that. She took that as like. That's what she's framing as like the harassment. Now, look, there's going to be a lot of women that hear this be like, yo, that's harassment.
No, it's not.
Because, look, hold on. Let me say this, though. No woman should go to work and have to hear from her employer because that's who you are, Joe. Even though you're trying to give it up as the homie and it's not corporate.
That wording was terrible. You're right. That wording was terrible.
It was fucking horrible.
That wording
It was harassment. It was inappropriate.
Yeah.
Now, that's why
he could have been like, "You're beautiful women. Men want to fuck you, and you're gonna win off that."
And it would be different.
Exactly.
But it wouldn't be different.
Simple.
Because as a woman, if she took issue with you making reference to men wanting to sexualize her in any way,
you're right. Yeah,
nigga, that's wrong. Because think about it. Most men don't go to work and have to deal with that shit.
Right.
Think about if you had a woman boss that was attractive and wealthy and popular and could kind of pretty much make you a star. Mm-hmm. And she was just like always talking about nigga. She thought your dick might be. You look like you got a little dick. I'm gonna call you little dick when you come in the office. Nigga, what man would be cool with that? I'm gonna fuck how much money I'm making. Yo, this bitch is tripping.
So I slap her with that.
I slap you with my dick. I ain't. You know what I'm saying? Like you would feel away. So I'm only being fair in the sense that like yeah, we as men probably got to do not probably. We as men got to do better as not sexualizing women in the workplace, even if you're not acting on it. We do this shit all the time. My thing is, if we working in the office and Shorty walk past to go to the printer and walk past back, and I look at you like, boy, to me that ain't harassment, my nigga. That's just what it is.
That's us having a conversation.
But if she can hear it, the moment she can hear it,
it's over with.
The moment she feels like, damn, I need to go print these papers, but fuck, I don't feel like them whistling and high-fiving over my fucking ass. I got a sweater over it. You know they can't hide the ass. They try to. Y'all ladies, you can't hide it from us. Niggas will look at your ass through like 3 sweaters. Like, boy, hey, looking under that jacket. Boy,
no,
she got
cake under there.
You know she got cakes under that moon suit, nigga. Right? Like, niggas is always on it. Like, so, trying to be fair, I feel that, right? So, she's not wrong. That's what I was saying. Like, Shorty wasn't wrong. I don't feel like she's lying. What I feel like is she has a drastic misunderstanding. Now, I don't think she has a case at all.
I feel like she's being just opportunistic right at this point.
Unless she has something, let me be honest with you. Unless she got something up the tuck that she ain't telling.
But why are you? But
She
here's
don't
my
got no
thing.
lawsuit,
Why are you waiting till this nigga has all types of shit going on?
Fam, this is where you. Now this is where I gotta.
You
put
did
on my,
it months
hold on,
later.
Dog. This is where I gotta put on my dog hat. This is where I gotta represent the fellas.
Right.
Ladies, this is where you lose us. You know what her reasoning for coming out right now is?
What?
Her daughter.
Well, fuck you.
Fam, you had your daughter when you felt sexually harassed. And I'm not saying that because you didn't do nothing right in the moment, because we're human. I done had niggas disrespect me at a store, and I got in the car and drove off before it really hit me. Like, that nigga really just...
Yeah,
you know
but that's still the same fucking day, though. We're talking months
I'm just saying. I get how shit takes
later.
delay. So when I'm saying in terms of, like, not doing it that day is what I was saying.
But months?
No, but that's what I'm saying. You don't
when
get no
this
excuse.
nigga got something going
3
on
months
now.
later when his name is trending on everything.
Right.
Now,
You
and I'm talking too much.
so...
Let me get to my point of what I was tying all together in this.
Okay.
Because of the, like, mall, no, fuck, because, you know, this nigga's my
The
man.
shit going, right.
You my man's, me and you split up and the fans is upset and we talking about it.
Right.
And I'm like, yo, this nigga, Dre hurt me.
Right.
He accused me of stealing when he know I'm getting millions of dollars over here. I got millions over here waiting for me. Millions over here waiting for me. Hey, fam. I just quit your network.
Yeah.
Because I felt uncomfortable.
Right.
And you're on air on one of the hottest shows in the country talking about millions that you ain't even collected yet.
Right. I need some of that.
Joe and them did a great job of concealing the money talk.
Until now.
Until they were fighting with each other.
Over the money.
And then not self-consciously, like they're not even trying to make it like talk, because they keep saying, oh, it's not about the money. But in the conversation, it's like, no, it is about
and
the
now
money.
You got all of us counting
and it
your
exposed,
pockets.
like, wait, you niggas was getting some serious chicken.
Bags, nigga.
When Ian comes on the
but
show.
we knew they was getting
we
serious.
knew.
We knew what
we
that
knew.
chicken was. That
Fam,
chicken
when
ain't.
Ian came on the show and was like, yeah, Rory and Maul, like, basically are making more money than anybody that talks on the microphone, top 5 in the country. When you start, when I'm hearing Parks and be like, you know, like they made millions of dollars without a deal,
right?
So there's no Spotify paying you a monthly salary that totals after the 3 years in the millions.
Yeah.
There's no title deal. Y'all walked away from y'all turned down the title deal. Y'all walked away from the re-up, the real re-up with Spotify that was supposed to be worth money.
Right.
The Spotify deal was great life-changing money, and then Rory and Maul admitted that the Cash App deal, and then they got the other deal with, like, was it Twitch or something like that, nigga?
I think it's Twitch, yeah.
Bro, like, this is bags without a deal. So what Joe was saying was right, because even Rory was just like, yeah, it was turned out to be right, because I can see why Rory and Maul would want to sign with motherfucking title. Fam, you know me and you having that fight.
We
you
are.
know that.
We are.
Fam.
If I don't, you're gonna be
You're gonna be
so.
I'm gonna be sour faced for a
sour
while, nigga.
if I walk away
if we
from
sign
a title
with Spotify
deal.
over title, nigga.
You hey.
Fam, you know I'm gonna want extra out of Spotify for that. Like, nigga,
especially if it's over like $2 million or some shit. You're gonna be sour.
I'm gonna be like, fam, we can get that back, nigga. You're gonna be like, nah, nigga, we going with the bigger
I need
bag.
that $2 million right now.
I know,
nigga.
and I'm not gonna be able to win that argument, so I'm gonna be over there, nigga.
Salty every time we gotta say shout out to Spotify and
My man, shout out. Nigga, you know a nigga want to throw the rock up. So you don't think Maul wanted to sign with title? Come on, bro. Jay-Z's your big brother.
But
pretty much.
That's real.
Rory
real.
pretty much is a Rockefeller kid already. Like, you already got Duce, nigga.
Because we're actually at that same like crossroads right now. Even in our shit, it's like we're not signing to anything
unless it's right, nigga.
Other than something
that we fuck
it's
with.
It's got to be
right.
like at this point, it's got to be at least hundreds of thousands of dollars on the table.
Oh yeah,
at least.
Fuck yeah.
After
our last deal, that's a fact.
Hundreds of thousands of dollars. And I need front end and back end, nigga.
Rory got engaged at the Rock Nation brunch. You don't think he wants to sign with title?
Right.
So when Joe, who basically adores and idolizes Jay the way I do, business savvy, like, nah, I don't think that's a good thing. Now, fast forward a couple years, Joe is on the board with this nigga, Hove nigga, that owns Title, Square nigga, and all that shit. Joe exposed, he did the one thing that all these rich niggas I've been studying don't do. he exposed the bag before. Now, I'm not saying before they came in, but I don't like to just blame shorties for being a gold digger. Like, even though, like, there's several proof of, like, the shit. I don't like to just say, oh, man, she clout chasing. I don't even like using those
But
words.
I'm going to keep it 100. It sounds like she's clout chasing.
But the more I think about it, I'm like, wait, fam, like, you sat on this for 3 months until these niggas was trending. And not just that they were trending, because I noticed this. I was like, damn, Joe was getting money. When they was talking about he was like, because he spazzed out.
Right. And
when he spazzed out, he was like, why do they think my friends accusing me of fucking stealing? Like, they don't know that he's sitting there with his business partner that does all his business dealings. So he's like saying, he's just having that nigga co-sign. He was like, do they realize I got about 10, there's like 10 million for me, strictly me. They don't want Joe Budden podcast.
Right.
He said they don't even know about the deals that I turned down. That's millions of dollars. Because it's just me. He's like, all the deals I take is the deals that I can come back and bring it to the guys with. Like, he said, man, Spotify didn't want to deal with Joe Budden podcast. They wanted to deal with me. He said, man, we went and I paid for a photo shoot. We was fly. We was going to be on, I told the guys, we got a billboard, Times Square. They made me redo it. They wanted a picture of me. He said, I had to fight to get with Rory and Maul on the bottom of that Joe Budden podcast shit. He said, you think they was happy with that? But you got to understand, bro, if it's the Doc Andre podcast because Doc Andre is lit.
Right.
First off, if we say our podcast is we'll name this bitch later.
Right.
And it's hot. And then we go into negotiations and they're like, yeah, well, it's time to name it. We can't brand that. We want to brand it this way. Actually, Dre and Akeem, we think it should be called the Doc On podcast. Now, if you fight and be like, well, fuck that, man. It got to be at least the Doc On podcast with the Keem. With the Keem Sincere. It got to be something.
Right.
Like, but we're going in 50-50 and everything.
Yeah,
notoriety and all that
for the most part. Can't even happen.
It's different if you've already toured the fucking world, nigga, as Doc On, nigga, and got millions of followers. All your accounts are already verified. Nigga, why would I stop $1 million bag because my name's not on there?
Right.
Like, and I know that, nigga, we about to bust this shit down 50-50.
Over, yeah.
I don't get none of your production,
right?
Like costs. I don't get none of your engineering fees. I don't get none of your videographer fees.
Right.
This we gonna bust down 50-50. But I gotta understand that if we come to work and we put this shit on and we do what we do, your fees are going up on the other shit too.
Right.
Like, just like I'm getting more popular on Instagram and social media, right? And I'm getting little side endorsement deals and business ventures. You as the A side and the celebrity, nigga, you might go from getting 15,000 a beat, nigga, to 50,000 a beat.
Right.
Those hats gonna look different, B. Why niggas is commenting on another man's hat?
Exactly. Yeah.
Maybe you was with me when I couldn't afford to bust down $550 for a hat, a dad hat. But now I'm a father with 2 kids. I got relationships with both my baby mothers. Everybody fed and happy. I'm a millionaire, nigga, and I'm busting down the Mary joint. What's wrong with that?
Count my pockets.
Well, you count each other's pockets. Now, Rory and Maul ain't wrong if they genuinely believe, like, hold on, nigga, something ain't right.
Right.
The only way to get through it now is like what Joe said. Okay, well, nigga, out of me. But now they want to take the cool road. I'm not taking my man to court. That's corny. Like, no. You already took me to court in the court of public opinion, B.
Yeah.
You already got everybody thinking that I'm robbing you niggas. Like, no, go ahead and finish it and take me to court
so
to clear my
really
name.
See that I'm not robbing you.
To clear my name.
Right.
Hey, and then after that, you can probably hit me and be like, damn, bro, we was bugging. That money, I mean, shit, nigga, I felt like you was. Because, look, if it totals up to, like, if I do the math, I'm Maul and Rory. And I'm like, yo, because I'm not counting the 400,000 that everybody talking about, because the agency that made the mistake sent Rory an email, was like, yo, we fixed that discrepancy.
They fixed it, right.
Like, that was our fault.
Right.
But that ain't got shit to do with Joe. Joe wasn't nowhere around when we made that fucking typo and fucked that up. Like, that, so that money was obviously reaccounted for. Mm-hmm. So we don't know what's missing.
Right.
And they're saying if we don't get a good look at the books, we don't know what's missing.
Right.
So what do? We got to go to arbitration, or we got to go to court, figure this out.
Right.
There's nothing wrong with that. Where Joe is more savvy business-wise, it's like, yo, you got to fire them niggas. Y'all not going to come to – oh, you're not coming to work?
Yeah, I'm not going to allow you to keep getting a bag when you niggas ain't here.
I'm still overpaying you niggas.
Right.
So, look, at one part of the audit, and people can correct us if they wrong in the comments. But fam, they pretty much Joe said it and they kind of alluded to it. When you went looking, that's why one of the episodes was called "Don't Shake the Tree," because he was trying to get them niggas a subliminal. Like when you go shaking the tree, you better be ready for what you find. But once you come shake the tree, nigga, if you come shake a nigga down on the corner and he don't got nothing,
stop shit. Leave the nigga alone. You bullying this nigga.
Well, if the mission was to be a quick shakedown and get up out of there and he don't got nothing,
right?
You better hope. Shit can go bad. It can reverse on you. So what he was saying is that like y'all niggas done went and had me do all this shit with the accountant and shit. Like at first I'm paying for it, now y'all paying for it because now I done gave you numbers different times. You're disputing shit.
Right.
Like okay, well whatever. Like first off, what makes you think you have the authority
to dispute that?
Now I get their shit because they're like if I got a percentage deal, I need to know what you're bringing in.
So I know my percentage
that pertains to me. So I can know what I get a percentage off of.
Right.
There's nothing wrong with that.
There isn't.
That's where Joe was
good
wrong.
Business.
Because Joe took it personal, and I think the way they approached him about it.
Right.
This is after comments. This is after he said, she said between mutual friends. They go, them niggas said to think you robbed them. There's people that are saying, according to academics behind the scenes, that Rory and Maul think that like when they count it all up, nigga, it's probably about $4 million they were shorted. Is that not a reason to audit your friend? Nigga, I love you. We got it out the mud together.
Let there be $4 million fucked up.
We can smoke these cigars and drink this motherfucking cognac, but
we got to figure out
at
$4
12
million.
noon, I'll see you in court. Because we're going to get through this little $4 million shit. Hey, and afterwards, we right back rocking. Nigga. Even if it comes out like, yo, damn, Dre was tripping, nigga. He did owe King $4 million. I got my 4 M's. And, real nigga shit, if we getting real M's, I might just be like, nigga, just give me 3.
I ain't paying you shit.
Know what I'm saying? Look, real talk. You might just be like, man, just give me 3. We going to keep it moving. Or give me my 4 M's back, nigga. We keep it rocking. And once the shit comes out, nigga, you might thought, nigga, I was tripping. But then the 4 mil come out. And if you wasn't really trying to rob me.
Right.
Hell, even if you was, nigga, you got caught. Get my money. I'll see you next week.
You got caught. Give me my
I'll see you next week. You think everybody on ESPN fucking likes each other?
No.
And hangs out? Them niggas, Stephen A is making $10 million a year. You think he really gives a fuck about liking Max? Or Molly?
I like Max Kellerman, though. He cool.
So do I. But my point is, if Stephen A didn't like the nigga, you think anything would be different?
No, it wouldn't.
That's it.
It's the bag.
Fam, my $10 million and my contract ain't got shit to do with you. But I feel a nigga. If I build something with y'all's help that yields us millions of dollars, you see my responsibility levels and my accountability levels is going up.
Right. People
trying to come at me for bags and shit because they know I got it. What do you mean you don't care about podcasting? And don't say that shit on the show.
Yeah, when he said that on the show.
About this network. And on the show. Like, so, Doug, I remember I heard the shit and I was like, oh, them niggas is wild. I took it as they were being cocky. I was like, oh, them niggas kind of cocky to say that shit on the podcast. Because all your podcast listeners, the niggas that got it out the mud with y'all from SoundCloud ain't rich.
No.
Part of what drives us on the podcast is we all chasing this bag together. And now y'all got the bag and we cheered for y'all.
And now it's fuck us.
Some niggas paid for the Spotify subscription. And now it's what? What do you mean, fam? Like, no. Like, it's not fuck us, but some people have a problem watching you get wealthy. Like, niggas are watching this show, nigga, every day, be in the comments, whatever. When they start seeing these motherfucking frames get a little studded out, nigga, this watch a little more heavier or something. They might not like the kid no more. They might be like, I nigga came to opinion. They think he know everything. They might look at Dre and be like, nah, that nigga think he tight. I don't like the show no more. It used to be dope, nigga. Like, we do this shit to artists all the time. We love them when they poor. If you couldn't tell Kanye was capable of being this Kanye when he was poor Kanye, when he was right out the mud, nigga, you didn't understand. You didn't listen to Kanye.
Right.
Nigga, Jay said it. Jay was like, man, I knew this nigga was different. In a room full of fucking tycoons and icons, nigga, this nigga stood on a piano and was like, a piano that was worth more than him at the time, and was just like, I'm Kanye West, the savior of Chicago. Puffing on them niggas looking at this nigga like, who is this nigga? that y'all signed? He's like, oh yeah, that's the little producer kid I told you about. Now give him $1 billion.
Right.
The fuck you think Kanye gonna be saying and doing?
The same shit.
Come on, man. Hey, man. Peace and love to everybody. Shout out to the baby girl Olivia Dope, because that is the hardest fucking name ever.
That's a hard name. I ain't gonna cap.
Right. Yeah, man. Peace and love, man. Shout out to everybody. Shout out to Joe, Rory, and Maul.
Figure it out.
Parks. Figure it out, man. We watching. The whole podcast world is watching. This is going to be real quick, man. And you're going to get mad at me.
Fucking, I already saw it on there. We really about to talk about this nigga.
No, not like that. It ain't in depth.
All right.
I'm just posing more of a question.
All right.
Because you remember the climate when, like, Duke first went in, and I don't know if you remember the smoke that they had for the boy Ack because he was affiliated with him.
Yeah.
Right? That's kind of when Meek and all them start really going in on him and all that shit.
Nah, I remember that.
Okay. How do I say this shit? And sidebar, Ack, because you know he was beefing with Rory and Maul, he's been killing them niggas. He goes on 5-hour tirades just about them and their business and their money and lack thereof and where they were stupid and how much more money he got than them. And
that's fucked up.
Ack is rich as fuck, and he's on and he's talking that big money talk. That nigga told Rory, nigga, I got my team looking for your mother's house right now. I'm about to buy that bitch. He said, nigga, and I'm probably just gonna foreclose on it, nigga, tear that shit down or something. Like he was talking spicy like that.
I would kill that nigga if he
said
some
murder
shit
charge
like that.
Some murder
That's
charge.
That's a murder charge.
No niggas gonna sue me like
nigga,
that. Nigga,
you ain't. Hey. I don't care how much more money than me you got, nigga. I'm killing you if you say that to me. You gonna buy? You looking for my mom's house? To buy it, foreclose. I'm shooting you, nigga. I'm gonna shoot you, nigga. It's up there now. I'm not no gangster ass nigga, but you ain't finna talk about me like that, nigga.
So.
Oh nah, nigga. See, this is where that cornball shit gets.
But this is where it's fair. I used to listen to the show, and just my non-hater meter would just be like, bro, why y'all hating on?
He ain't a cornball. I'm gonna take that back. But this is just where like internet trolling.
I mean, there's cornball qualities to it. I get what you're saying.
He's selecting the right person to say that shit to. Say that. I can't even say. Actually, that's wrong because these rappers ain't running up on nobody.
Shit different now, B.
Rappers ain't running up on nobody.
So
what rapper would run up on somebody if they said that to him?
Hold on, let me say this though. Let me just get this out before I get sidetracked. The reason why I threw that sidebar in, look, man, this nigga. When you look at all this shit in totality, we older heads, nigga. We hip hop babies. We 80s babies, nigga. But I gotta be real. Did Academics and 6ix9ine win?
I said this already.
Fam,
I said last episode.
They won.
I said 6ix9ine won the last episode. We had that conversation.
Fam.
6ix9ine won. Yes. Academics has been won.
So
ain't nobody done nothing to this nigga, bro.
Look,
has he run with the Rory and Maul thing?
No, I'm just saying. No, stop. Like from that moment on, from the moment that like 6ix9ine went away, to the time when everybody was killing the act while your bad boyfriend in jail, nigga, you a snitch too, you fuck with all this shit. Like they was trying to finish him. Nigga, Meek Mill announced that he was done in the culture. Like I'm finishing him. He's done. We canceling that. And he flourished. Like and. He that's when
here's a fucked up.
That's when he kind of started popping his shit
here's
more.
A fucked up. Here's a fucked up thing about the internet. If your following is good enough on the internet, can't nobody kill you off.
And that was a lesson. That's my point. To 6ix9ine.
No. Okay.
And to Academics.
Let me rephrase this. There's no killing a troll. You cannot kill an internet troll that's that big of a monster on both sides.
Celebrity troll.
Right. On both of those sides.
You can't celebrity troll.
Yeah, you can't. Because here's the thing, you can't.
When you can't stop talking to
here's the thing, you can't outfloss him. He got money.
That's what I'm saying.
You can't outstun him. You can't out troll him because there's nothing you can say to get under these niggas' skin because they're built for this. They're built for this.
Remember when we talked about that?
The only thing you can do is what none of these niggas gonna do is you can kill this nigga. And I'm not advocate. Don't nobody go try and kill academics and fucking 6ix9ine. What I'm saying is, the only way to kill trolls of that magnitude who you can't win against.
That's why
you got to kill them.
That's why I had that energy I had, fam. And I kept saying it. He was like, nigga, you was shocked. Like, nigga, I know you don't like this nigga. And I was like, bruh, the purpose. I'm not saying he's doing like he's a prophet.
You would have to kill that nigga.
That's
the only way.
I'm not saying son's a prophet. Our son's doing it for some conscientious reason. My foresight, you know, I'm anti-gang culture. My foresight is like, oh, here go one. 6ix9ine's not. First off, 6ix9ine's not black.
No.
First off, I'll repeat that 6ix9ine's not black. So
we are spending a lot of time.
The same way the shit got popping. That's because you cut me off when I was trying to. I ain't even.
Oh, go ahead.
But I'm just good. We good.
Kill this.
We just conversating about it.
Okay.
The same way he got popping when niggas seen a nigga on in Brownsville, nigga, like with a whole bunch of blood niggas, and you could tell like, oh, that's some real energy right there. And then he's there with the rainbow hair, nigga. The aesthetics of it all was crazy. You couple that with, nigga, he's the masterful troll. I remember I was saying, I was like, yo, Meek, I fuck with Meek. Meek gotta leave this kid alone. Snoop learned, you gotta leave this kid alone. This internet world, nigga, he's never not lived in a world without the internet.
No, yeah, that's the thing.
He's always had a smartphone his whole life.
You can't kill it.
Nigga, with smartphones, niggas was taking pictures with cameras his whole life.
The only way to win against 6ix9ine is to kill 6ix9ine.
And that's why I knew this nigga was going to potentially, man, I was telling you, like, bro, I think he's going to come back out, and the people that was jacking his music then is going to jack his music. And I was like, it's just, I don't know what his energy is going to be like, but I think it's a lane for him because he don't have to follow the same rules a little black boy would. It's over for Bobby Shmurda if he snitched.
Oh.
Fam.
Washed.
He won't even get a record deal.
Washed.
They gave this nigga 6ix9ine a $10 million raise, nigga, in prison. Like, so, it's just different rules for this cat.
Here's my
Bobby
thing
Shmurda
where
don't speak Spanish, where he can go do a Latin record and sell 100 million streams.
Well, here's my thing where he won. He's doing shows and shit. You won.
In America now.
Hey, you see Lil Reese? What happened to that boy?
Hold on, we getting there. But
those two things go together.
No, they do. But you over. Let me get there. I feel you. We got Lil Reese on the list.
I'm just saying. I'm just not trying to fall asleep on you.
No, do your thing. You good. I got you. I know that motherfucking edible that kicked in, nigga. That shit's fire.
Hit, nigga.
Should have gave him a shout out.
Damn. That shit was good, though.
When he did the show in Miami, sold out crowd outside, crowd surfing.
Nigga,
okay.
Shot him at any
he
time.
won.
That's what it was really about.
When Act challenged Meek Mill to a fade,
he won.
When that nigga Act
okay,
told the other nigga, like, nigga, I got more money than you. Nigga.
I hate to have to
Gibbs,
say this.
When he told Freddie Gibbs, nigga, put up your tax return, nigga, I'll put up my tax return.
Who? Oh, when Act did that to Gibbs. Okay.
These niggas won.
Here's my thing. I gotta touch on Meek Mill.
Did you see his GoFundMe?
Who?
6ix9ine's. For Lil Reese. Help Lil Reese get a car.
That nigga's so disrespectful.
Y'all help Lil Reese. We gonna help Lil Reese get a car so he don't gotta steal nobody's car and risk his life, man.
All right, so
that's
I gotta touch on Meek real quick. Meek, just focus on you, nigga. You have been taking L's since Drake, my nigga. You have not stopped taking losses, my nigga. And every time you do some good shit, you take a loss to a goofy, my nigga.
But you know why? Because he keeps losing to niggas that knows how the internet better than him.
Yes.
Nigga, like, it ain't nothing else. Like, dog, Meek is a fly dude. Like, but Meek is Meek is stuck in the 90s,
bro.
like,
yeah, he's a 90s street dude.
And I think that he takes to, like, everybody be telling him, like, oh, you could be the next Hove. Like, you could be this. I get what people say when they say that because of what he embodies.
Right.
The shit that he raps about and the way he. But the thing about Hove is, nigga, you don't see Hove on the internet. Hove is smart. He's always smart, the smartest in the room.
Yeah, nigga don't
He's
say
clever.
shit on the internet.
There ain't too many uncool moments. That one moment when Beyonce and Usher was trying to get that nigga to take a picture, but it was a video because he didn't know what Snapchat was and he was looking crazy. That's the only moment we got where he just looks.
Or the nigga on the jet ski.
But nigga, that
when
depends.
He's
Hold on, nah.
super dadded out with the helmet on.
But that depends on who you talking to. Because nigga in Italy, nigga, that's a custom, nigga,
Oh,
and
he
that's
is
a
in
big
Italy.
deal.
That's a player
So that's why
move,
he's
right.
stunning on Nori. When Nori tried to make fun of him, he's like, Nori said he just shut up. Like, damn, yeah, you right. My bad. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, oh yeah, my bad. You ain't never been, this
It's
something
different
different.
out there,
Right? I get all that. But you're right. Let's put that up there. This nigga Dame Dash tells a story. He said, nigga, this when Beyonce and Aaliyah they were all in Frisco, kicking it on some couple shit. He said, nigga, they wake up, leave a little like spot to go get breakfast. He said, man, this nigga Hov get on my nerves. He said, because the nigga's always been so cool. He said, man, the nigga don't have no cool moments. He said, so we walking and the nigga's talking to me. He said, nigga, like a seagull or something just comes shit all on this nigga Hov when they walking. Nigga, just shit all on this nigga. Dame said he lost his shit. He's like, man, I'm dying. Nigga, like, he said, man, we had camera phones back then. I lit this nigga up, right? He said, but he like, man, he said, man, after he had so much like fun about it, because he said, Hov was like, nigga, you done? Like, all cool and shit. And he was like, nah, nigga. Yeah, that's what your ass get, nigga. Niggas think you so cool, nigga, right? Look, hello, fam. Dave said he killing this nigga. Though he said as they walking back in, he like, oh yeah, everybody gonna have to see this nigga with the shit. He gotta live in the moment. He said this nigga Hov like take the shit off, nigga. Take his jacket off, nigga. Just toss that shit in the trash. He don't have no shit on him, nigga. It was just all on his. He's like, there's no way, nigga. He said, nigga, he ain't even spilled none of the drinks. Nigga, no shit on the drinks or nothing. So he said when we walked in, I went like, man, you see this nigga? And he said, nigga, I look back, this nigga crispy, nigga. And he was like, and he said he was just like, damn, man, that nigga is crazy. He's like, cause like the nigga don't be stumbling. Like if five niggas getting on the boat and one nigga stumble, it ain't gonna be him, nigga. Like he just always, and he's an asshole about it. Like he'll bring it up, like, bro, you good? Like, so what he was saying is like, you know what I mean? When I think of that story, I always think of Meek, and I'll be like, bro, Meek, you do got more street cred than Drake. Mm-hmm. You could have won that battle.
Yeah, easy.
But even the shit that I remember after the battle was already wrapped up and everybody was already back to back, nigga, and he lost. Drake, I forgot the name of the song. This nigga Meek dropped a song, nigga, and he addresses the shit just on some cool shit, like, nigga, I ain't in it no more. I'm just, just what happened. And I remember niggas was like, bro, where was this at? Where was this at during the battle? And what that tells you is like he allows some of these elements to get him out of his element. 6ix9ine gets under his skin and gets him out of his element because he's looking like, how is this nigga winning? And winning? This is what hip hop is. Like he takes that personal still.
He felt, you know what it is? He refuses to believe that this is what hip hop has become.
And instead of just holding down and mastering his lane,
like the niggas like Hov,
address them niggas like,
the niggas
you know
like Hov got so much money they just accept it. Like, yeah, this is hip hop. It sucks, but
it's what it is.
It's what it is.
But they also look at it like, hey, it was corny niggas out when we was out too. We didn't let them niggas have a mantle, nigga. What y'all doing?
Yeah, why you letting this nigga have it?
You got too many talented, dope MCs doing corny shit. And what I mean by that is everybody's a killer. Everybody got Draco. All you niggas sold kilos. All you niggas is all up with the credit card scams. All you niggas drink lean all day.
But none of you caught a case.
Everybody's right.
Ain't none of you ever OD'd all these pills.
All these niggas is scared
prescriptions you do
to be individuals to where it's like even the thing with Meek. The Meek is like his impact is somewhat docile because a nigga my age, a nigga like I'm gonna listen to some Meek shit. But fam, you're not Nas or Hov or I mean I've heard that like these young boys. They halfway listen to that, so it's like even though Meek is successful, he's just kind of like he's like a ball player. Man, Russell Westbrook went from being like the prototype point guard until Steph Curry took off. Yep. Then it was like, nigga, well, if you can't shoot, nigga, I don't give a fuck how hard you jump, how many triple doubles you get, nigga, you're not gonna win in this league. And now all these young guards come in and they're perceived to be maybe better or more valuable in trades because they can shoot, and they're younger. I feel like Meek Mill is Westbrook in that way, where it's like, I'm going to hold you down because I check for that. There's a lane for it. You're going to be successful, but I don't think you're ever going to have that number one spot like you probably feel like you want or work towards because your style of music and what you represent ain't the number one spot in this shit no more. Like, Lil Baby is going to be, like, niggas look at, you ask somebody, they'll be like, oh, Lil Baby's the hottest. They won't even compare Meek Mill to Lil Baby. Oh man, Lil Baby. And to me, I'm like, shit, nigga.
It's not even close.
Right? Like,
Meek Mill's a way better rapper and shit.
I'd rather listen to Meek Mill music all day.
Fast.
But
Facts.
that's not the way. Like, you know what I'm saying? And I like Lil Baby. I respect what he do. But I don't know if I'm going to drive all the way up to the no listening to just a Lil Baby album.
I've listened to Lil Baby tracks. I don't think I've ever slapped.
You know what I'm saying? So that's all, man. It's just something to think about. When I think back to, like, niggas trying to play this whole street. I think the streets kind of, like, always mirrored hip-hop. Hip-hop always mirrored the streets. But I think in these last 10, 15 years, we didn't let the streets infiltrate the culture for the worse. You know what I'm saying? Some of the worst shit you can say about the streets, you can say about hip-hop. And I think we need to, like, take a look at that. And in a unique-ass, weird way, Academics and 6ix9ine kind of, their situations kind of expose that to an extent. But moving along, man, and to more serious topics. Is Israel racist? Is Israel a racist nation? Can I use this?
What?
One of these raps?
If there's one in there.
Don't say that shit don't look open.
It's open.
Oh, yeah, it feel like something in there, but it might just be the...
It ain't no guts. I thought it was in the trash.
I hate when niggas do me like that.
I'm so tired, nigga.
You
are an asshole.
My bad, fam. You know, I just wanted to take it to the next level,
I feel
man.
you, but I'm not built for edibles. This is what
Hey,
I
man.
I get
Now you over
couched.
here acting like old girl, man. I ain't make you eat it.
Pause, man. God damn.
Hey, you know what?
Damn, bro.
That was I'm just foul mouth, nigga.
Foul.
So I need a bar of soap, nigga. Goddamn. Mama, I'm sorry. You raised me better than that. You know what I'm saying?
Terrible. This nigga's
Man, just talking
make you
reckless.
put it in your mouth. Like, damn, bro.
He's talking reckless, nigga. Look.
Big pause, nigga.
That shit funny.
Cause you didn't even realize. I was like, this nigga's wildin'.
Just out here loose lifting. No respect for myself, man. Shit.
All right, what was we talking about? What was it?
Because we all know, in case you all don't know, like the issues of
Is Israel racist? Okay. Yes. Israel's racist. The country and land that they reside on isn't even theirs. They bullied that land out, and they've been in war over that land for
helped them.
Oh, fuck America. Nigga, we help everybody who ain't supposed to be helped. Anyway, they bullied that land from the Palestinians years ago, and they continue to bully them because we continue to feed them all the artillery that they need to beat their ass.
$3 billion in aid.
Right. Not to mention the jets, not to mention the tanks, not to mention the military training, not to mention the military bases, not to mention all the shit that
not
we
to
are
mention the
giving
$3 billion is probably really 8, and we don't.
Right.
They just tell us 3.
Right. So. Yes.
Let me add on
Israel is a racist country.
They're
because
currently
it's
deporting
backed.
black people.
Because I was at surprising. They're backed by one of the most racist and corrupt countries there is, nigga. Us.
Yeah. Let's put it like that.
It's like Nevada and California. What has Nevada always been trying to do? Be California. That's all Israel is. They give them all this money. Of course they want to be America's racist ass. They're like, oh yeah, we can get rid of black people. That's what America does. They give us money. They'll continue to give us money if we get rid of all the niggers.
Fam, I'm just saying this. Why are we not up and out like?
Why don't we at war with them? Because they're an ally.
And that's what's crazy to me, fam.
Because they allow us to
let our so-called allies get away with all
because they allow us
typist.
to keep ships in their harbors. They allow us to keep ships in their seas. They allow us to keep a military base in their fucking country. They allow us to drop bombs on other countries from their country as a central location to be able to drop shit from over there.
Hey, man.
Yes, Israel is a racist fucking country. Does that mean that all Israelites are racist? Absolutely fucking not. But the fundamentals that Israel is based upon now are American fundamentals.
I'm not talking about the religion, you know.
Or not Israelites. What would you call
it? The
Israelis. Okay, that's what I need to say. The Israelis. Okay. Is that what you would call them?
Yeah, the Israeli people.
Okay, the Israeli people. It's just like
I'm talking
It's
about
just
the country,
like America is a melting pot. Not all of us are racist. Not all white people are racist. Not all, you know what I'm saying?
I'm not talking.
It's
We're not talking
built-
about the people.
it's built-
We're talking about the nation.
Yeah,
Just like
the nation
when
like
motherfuckers be
America
talking about Americans.
is built
it
on
ain't us. It's
racist
the
ideals.
government.
Yes,
Right? Yeah. Okay.
It's built on very racist ideals and
'Cause,
very
fam,
prejudiced ideals.
The shit that I seen on
and,
TV.
No, here's okay. Let me tell you.
Y'all
I'm gonna
bugging.
tell you something that broke my heart, bro. I was watching a fucking video one day of a Palestinian kid in some type of dungeon setting getting tortured by an Israeli family. We're talking down to the children.
Yeah, they teach
And that's fucking acceptable?
They teach that shit, man. We gotta stay on guard for that, man. Like,
That's acceptable? Like, look at the cruelty you're teaching your child. Like, if that's a Palestinian, you shit and you piss on them, you fucking hit them with rocks on. Come on, bro. We humans at the end of the fucking day, dude. Period. Where's your fucking humanity? Where's your heart? Where's your human
this
nature,
is my problem
bro?
with
Like,
this shit. This is the problem that when I be talking to so-called my friends that's like so-called Christian, and they start talking that ignorant like those talking points
Bro.
and rhetoric about Israel. They speak like that's where Christ grew up at or something. Like I'm like, bro,
no, it's not.
that shit was established in the 40s. Like
How
that
did
was
Christ-
another country.
Yeah,
Like let's just be real, bro.
that's
Like
Palestine.
let's not repeat the same things over and over.
That's fucking
That,
Palestine.
that was Palestine.
Yeah, right. Until we
America
help bully them
and
out of that
the
fucking
West
area.
was just like, okay, well, we need a little spot to tuck the Jews
Right.
at, right? And they tucked them somewhere.
And now that we tucked them, we'll be able to plant all type of U.S. military shit over here because we helped them get this place. And we're going to help them keep it. Yeah, to answer your question, very racist, fuck Israel.
I'm just like, man, we got to
Not
get...
fuck the people, not fuck the kids. Fuck what your country's built on. Straight up. And if you're one of those fucking Israelis that fucking thinks that you should beat on and piss and shit on Palestinians from a black man who gets shit and pissed on from white people in the country he lives on, fuck you, father, fuck you, and I hope your fucking kids burn in hell.
Damn.
I don't like prejudice and racist anywhere, dog. We deal with that shit every day in this country, so I know what fucking Palestinians go through being in any room or vicinity of a fucking Israeli. Treated as a second-class citizen, not human. Nigga.
In your own homeland. Who that sound like?
Exactly, bro. Fuck you. Father, fuck you. From a black man who deals with that in his own country, I know what Palestinians
And then,
go through.
as far as them deporting all the black Israelites.
All right, and then that too. Fuck you. Father, fuck you.
I'm just like, at what point in time does American stands up and say, hey,
Never.
our taxpayers aren't going there. Our tax dollars aren't going there. We can't no longer support a nation that thinks it's okay to kill innocent women, men, and children because of their birthright.
Not never, because we have military base over there and we probably get oil.
And you notice what they do? Any president that somewhat stands up to them, a la Obama, what do they become? Anti what?
Oh, anti-Semitic.
You're anti-Semitic.
Yep.
Remember I said we need to come up with a new word for being racist towards black people. That's not just racist, because everybody can be racist to anybody.
Yeah, when you do something to Jewish people, it's anti. So they got their own slurred term, not slurred, but own terminology. Anti-Semitism.
We're going to make up one too.
Yeah.
And push it. All it takes is for one rapper to rap that shit.
Right.
Little Baby or something.
But nah, Israel is a piece of shit country. Period.
That's just fucked up to me, man. I'm like, man.
Very. Like I said, as black men, we know what Palestinians go through over there. We know what the black Israelites are going over there. You're kicking out black Israelites who are the fucking founders of that country, of the people over there. Fuck that country.
Mm-hmm. But that's a whole nother history.
That term, black Israelite, is not a term you just get out of nowhere. There's a lot of knowledge you got to know about. There's a lot of diving into that type of shit, nigga. You know what I'm saying?
Well, that's to know self as a black person.
Right.
The thing is, I think the biggest misconception about a lot of history and cultural things is I think that, like, by nature of who our people are and what we went through, we have to put in more work to gain knowledge of self. Not too many other cultures have their, like, nationalities and ethnicities, like, hidden from
Right.
them. But this is something to keep an eye on, man. I think.
Oh, they do if you live in Jerusalem
That's what I'm saying. I think this is something
or
that
Israel.
this is something to keep your eyes on, bro. Because
If you're from Israel, you're being taught that country and land that you're from is yours.
that's the thing. It's like some white people in America. It's like when you argue with a white person in America and they have no sense of American history and they think that like, oh well, my ancestors built this country.
No,
Wait. No, they didn't.
What
you
did they
talking
build? Because let's talk about the infrastructure. Most of your bridges in America are built by Asians, and that's not on no racist shit. That is fact. Asian architecture was and still is some of the best architecture there is.
Just like African.
That's why you go to you go to
That's
Africa
why they stole them,
and
motherfuckers.
you go to Africa and
that's
Japan
why they
and
stole
shit.
Africans.
Look how different their buildings are. Their downtown buildings are than ours. This shit just are way more high tech and way more just crazy.
And I mean, it's just like that's what you're talking about. The creators of math and mathematics, like math and science, the African culture. So when you talk, dog, the National Mall was built by a black, was designed by a black person.
Mall of America.
No, the National Mall, like where like Lincoln sits and like in DC and all that shit. They call that the National Mall, and that whole area was designed by a black American. So it's just knowledge is power in that regard. I think a lot of people don't even understand fully what's going on with the Israel Palestine.
A lot of people don't.
I'm talking here in America.
That's what I'm saying. A lot of people in America don't realize that Palestine owned fucking Israel before we helped them get Israel, nigga.
They didn't own Israel, nigga. There was no Israel.
I mean, yeah, it was their. Not that they own that land.
Like
that
imagine,
was their land.
Imagine the country just saying like, "Fuck it, nigga. The Bay Area, that's us." Like, nigga, that's us.
China
nigga.
just came
hey,
through.
That's us, and God said it this way. This is the way God wanted it, just for us, because we're God's people. All you other niggas is just God's friend. Like, he fuck with y'all, but he really cares about us. Right. So we should live in that's crazy, bro. Because I've never understood. What's confusing about it is I know mad Jewish people that ain't got shit to do with Jerusalem. Like, they from America. They just Jewish people.
Right.
And I know some that don't really necessarily support that shit. They're not all just on team, Israel. Like, they just be like, yo, like, oppression is bad everywhere.
Oppression's oppression.
I'm just like, how the fuck is that anything different than what Adolf Hitler was doing to Jewish people?
It's not. It's really not.
The videos I've seen, bro.
They're doing
regular motherfucking like Jerusalem, like people in Jerusalem, just regular people. They just got a shirt and tie on, just beating the shit out of a fucking Palestinian kid all the way down the street. Like,
yeah, it's
what is going on?
Genocide, bro. They're doing genocide now, and that's what happened to them.
And this is crazy, but I always say this is true to Filipino culture and the struggles that happen in the Philippines. There's a lot of Filipinos in America. There's not a lot of Filipino celebrity power. That's why Pacquiao was so huge, and he don't even live here.
Exactly.
Oh
my God.
The same could be said for Palestinians. Like, they got DJ Khaled. That's it.
Damn, I didn't even know he's Palestinian.
In terms to like that. In terms of like to talk about that, a lot of my friends from Palestine, like, they don't. That's one thing they don't like about DJ Khaled. They think he's a little too hip hop, like not too hip hop, but too hip hop in the sense
American.
Of like, yeah, bro, like that's not your. That's okay. That's part of the culture you identify with, but you got a whole culture of people that are going through things. Nigga, like, you're wealthy as fuck. You talk to the most powerful, wealthiest people. I mean, it's just kind of hard to me to like, damn, like DJ Khaled, you ain't hollered at Hov and Beyonce and a couple others to do a concert for to free Palestine, like type shit. Now that don't free the country, but to raise money for efforts and raise awareness. Right. One of the things they did for the apartheid, hip hop was big in the apartheid movement because you had what I'm fucking high. Flavor Flav in them. What was Flavor Flav in them? Yeah, Public Enemy and them, like, talking about that shit, doing concerts. Like, It became a thing in hip hop to talk about the apartheid or to show love to South Africa and Nelson Mandela.
Right.
That's why when he got free, he came to America and did like a tour around like that shit. Like, you know what I mean? The Pistons hosted him.
Right.
So, shout out to everybody in Palestine, man. We here at the Always Talking Shit Show, man. We with you in prayer and spirit.
Black men know exactly
You know
what
what I
you're
mean?
going through over there.
God bless, man. Israel, man, do better. Do better. Hey, and tell all the American elected officials, man, we need to take another vote because I didn't say that my tax-paying money should go to Israel. I never signed up for that shit.
Never in our
we'll talk
life,
about
bro.
that. What about all the nations in Africa that had millions of black people stolen from it? Like, give them some fucking money.
Right.
What the fuck we giving motherfucking Israel money for? So that's one thing I want to know is was Israel a racist country? You answered
Very
that.
much so.
I agree. Very much a racist nation.
Very much so.
Your boy Tyson Fury, man. The Gypsy King.
Let me look at your treasures, Gypsy.
So what he tried to do is circumvent his trilogy contract because of COVID. He tried to use COVID as a way to get out of the third fight.
With Deontay
It's
Wilder.
been proven that he cheated in the other two fights.
What,
and now,
how has it been proven?
Because they ordered.
I'm asking a question. I didn't see the proof.
Oh, no, I'm just saying. Oh, for real? Damn,
I've heard them talk about it, but I've never seen any definitive answer.
Basically, it's been kind of like the boxing commission basically is like, man, you definitely tamper with those gloves. They trace the shit back to the manufacturer. He's been caught on steroids twice.
I do remember the first steroids.
He's basically operating off white privilege right now. What he's trying to do is set up the mega fight, the big bag between him and Joshua, right off into the sunset. Nigga, can't touch me. I made this bread. I won. I'm not mad. Boxing's a dog eats dog world.
Oh, but that Joshua fight is in the can right now.
That's what happened. See, the prince of somebody in Saudi Arabia. Okay.
Or Dubai.
Either the prince of Dubai or Saudi Arabia is one of them.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, just okayed it. Like, yeah, man, fight's good, everything Gucci, $100 million. They thought it was a $100 million bag. Like, okay, big fight, mega fight, the European fight of the century, basically, right? And both of them have done good in terms of making a name for themselves in America, where they would get American attention as well.
Yeah.
That shit just got put in the can because the commission was just like, nope. They ordered him. You're ordered to fight Deontay Wilder for his title.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you've seen any of the video footage of Deontay Wilder with his new training staff training, but he actually looks like a boxer. And I always said that if that's fam, if he can just go become a remedial boxer, because he was just in there as a street nigga, just fighting nigga, just knocking nigga. Like, if I hit you, I'm gonna put you to sleep. Mm-hmm. That's how he was kind of fighting. No more those wild punches and shit like that. But he was in there slipping shit. Like, he was looking nice. Like, so he's been training for a while. I'm sure he's hungry. He had a fractured skull. Like, he wants some get back.
He got his ass whooped in that fight.
Well,
if them gloves was tampered with,
so he had a metal thing, and
or even if you take the out.
That was the first fight they did that, and it just shows on all the replay. Nigga, you see this nigga by the third, fourth round, you see his knuckles in the joint. Mm-hmm. It's just a whole bunch, and then he got caught. One of his sparring partners came out and was like, "Yo, this nigga sparring with me," and he got caught, and it was right before the second fight. So yeah, he's a dirty dog, man. Like, he's been cheating, but. Hey, man, that's the game. That's the sport. Sport is, man, it ain't cheating unless you get caught. Moving along. Congressman Gates.
Don't know who that is.
You do know him if you see him.
Black dude?
No, I'm going to show you the motherfucker. You know Professor. I almost call him Professor Gates. But Congressman Gates, Matt Gates out of Florida, is literally going to jail for prostitute for running a sex trafficking ring. Like, they ain't got him yet.
Oh,
but they on niggas always talking shit with Trump and all that. He's a Trump dude. Yeah, man. His guy is what's his name? Greenberg. His friend just made a deal with the prosecutors and was convicted on 32 charges. Ranging from stalking, identity theft, fraud, you name it. Sex with a minor.
Niggas getting washed.
Sex trafficking of a minor.
Wow.
Oh man, they got people saying that they done did cocaine with the congressmen and underage prostitutes. And the reason this is not new, it's not a new story, but the reason why we're talking about it today is because I was thinking, like, I was talking to a friend, and I'm like, man, credibility has to be on a playing field of equality. Matt Gaetz has more credibility to this day than you and I.
White man.
Here you go, right here.
Rich white man.
Oh, his family's definitely wealthy.
Yeah, I know Matt Gaetz.
Okay. And that's his boy Seth. They was just partying up.
Yeah, Rich.
Let me tell you what these motherfuckers is doing. See, Seth not rich. That's why he about to tell on your ass.
Oh, he don't.
See what I'm saying?
Ooh.
Seth don't got a rich mama and daddy. Yeah, got all that. Seth got it out the mud and became the county collector, which is an elected position that comes with a nice little check and all that. He had a little power. First thing Seth do, he fire everybody in the office and hire his whole wedding party, all his groomsmen. Then what he does is he gets them all guns and makes badges because they just got the date. And then they start acting like cops. Like this motherfucker pulled somebody over because they were speeding. He's not a cop. He has an elected position where he basically like is over like the collection of like taxes. But it's a little known elected position with some power. Oh, he's milking it. Nigga. He making all kind of money off the shit. Then he start partying. He meet Matt Gaetz. Nigga, Matt Gaetz like, oh, I think we can get you in Congress. Right? So they start partying. Because Matt Gaetz realizes that he has like a whole slew of young cokehead teenage girls that's ready for sex for hire. So Matt Gaetz starts partying with this low-level politician on the state level. He's a congressman in the state. And he's getting famous every day because he's going after people. He's being racist. He's doing that whole Trumper shit. And he's Trump's homeboy. He's actively trying to set up the traps to get his homeboy in Congress. These are congressmen, fam. They have the like equity to literally tell a cop like, no. Like, you know what I mean? Like, the fact that, like right now, these motherfuckers got more credibility than Joe Budden. These motherfuckers are 40-year-old plus. They're both married. They're elected officials, sworn up, uphold an oath. And they're out there prostituting and sending bitches. Under 17 years old. You know, we in Vegas, boy. They out there, they putting them on a track. They trading them off to other little politicians and shit. These are the men. These motherfuckers are in the halls of Congress during votes and shit, sharing pictures of naked young girls. This is what they doing. We got to wake up, man.
There's no accountability in government, bro.
We got to wake up, bro.
Zero accountability when it comes to government elected officials.
And that's the American people's fault.
Mm-hmm.
That's the American people's fault, man. But they going to learn today. All that canceling people, they need to start canceling some of these elected officials. Nigga, like.
And cancel them
the
right way.
But peep this, though. He's still on a high committee in the Republican Party in Congress. Not one Republican of power has spoken ill about him. They haven't silenced him or nothing. Liz Cheney comes out and was like, yo, enough is enough. Joe Biden won. I voted for Trump, too. They kicked her down off her committee and is trying to oust her out of office. Well, the point I'm trying to make is this is your Republican Party, America. I'm not
hey,
pro-Democrat.
Akeem,
anti-Republican.
Akeem.
What up?
Stop trying to explain to these motherfuckers what the Republican Party is. You can't keep explaining to these niggas. They don't understand it now. It's not. It's willful ignorance.
Right. You right.
Ain't nothing to fucking explain to these idiots no more. Ain't nothing to explain to us no more if Democrats don't do their fucking job this time.
Yeah, fam, because this shit is ill.
You know what I'm saying?
You know what I mean? This shit is ill. Like, when you watch this shit, it reads like a soap opera, like a movie. Like, you can't even believe this is real life. Like, who wrote this? Jerry Bruckheimer or something?
Right.
Like, this shit spicy.
Oliver Stone and shit.
Right. So, yeah, the plot thickens, man. It looks like they're going for the big fish. A lot of people feel like that when they keep going up the chain, it's going to slowly lead to some of the bigger fish in the Republican Party, because all the young women and shit like that is said.
Please let Mitch
They
McConnell
said
be
right.
one
They
of
said
them.
they had sex with Matt Gaetz and this other guy and others.
Please let Mitch
So they're trying to
McConnell
figure
be
out who
one
that
of them.
is. All you motherfuckers is nasty. Hey, into the internet world, man. If Joe did something wrong, he deserves to be held accountable. But let's not pick and choose, fam. Like all those people that's on like the Joe Buttons of the world, get on your elected officials too,
Niggas
man.
want to cancel Eminem for the homophobic and shit that he said, but all the homophobic shit that's being said by these goddamn fucking Republican people and the dirty shit they're doing to young women and all that shit, and you ain't canceled these niggas yet.
Come on, man. Come on.
Miss me with cancel culture.
Where all the women rights groups at?
Miss me with cancel. Yeah, where's all the
I ain't heard y'all.
feminism and all that shit? Do you know what my problem with it is? Like, I don't like feminism of today. It's way different. And real feminists of like the originators of the shit, they don't like feminists of today.
I mean, shit, I'm a feminist. So are you. I don't discriminate on fucking women. I'm for empowerment of women. I look at women and treat women as my equal. That's what a feminist was.
Mm-hmm.
This shit today, it'd be some old like
real ass bitch give a fuck about a nigga.
Oh, them city girls right there, boy.
That's what they think feminism is.
This is what I'll say to that. As a man, we stand in our lane. We're not talking about women's business. We chopping it up. Feminism don't have, in my opinion, has nothing to do with sexuality. But they keep making it about sexuality. Like, I got a bitch get the busted open all day, nigga, and send me her motherfucking Cash App or whatever the fuck the shit is called, OnlyFans. If I critique her or chastise her in any way,
I'm shaming and all types of shit.
What am I? Yeah, man, they tie feminism into shit like that. Meanwhile, you got like 17 old-ass white men in the Republican Party trying to decide your reproductive rights. What we doing, man? We got to get our priorities
We
straight.
having slut walks, but we ain't having anti-abortion walks and shit. We are advocating it's okay to go, and women do what the fuck you want to do. I don't believe it. I don't believe in hoe sluts, anything like that.
What about
grown.
What about teenage pregnancy prevention walks?
But I'm just saying, it's like you got a slut walk, saying it's okay to do you and be promiscuous.
And you wonder why that shit got sponsored. Like, fam, why did a beautiful woman's that decides to say, "Oh, I'm gonna do a slut walk. We all gonna dress like sluts and walk down the street." Why did that get such attention and sponsorships and shit like that? But we done seen other things not like get backed like that. Things of substance. Hey man, if you're a feminist and you don't listen to like the damn, I'm high, man. What's her name? If you don't got Rhapsody in your Serato, all you got is Nicki and fucking the city girls and shit like that. I don't know about your femininity. Like, are you being a feminist?
Yeah, I feel like you're entitled if you listen to them. Because that's all entitlement music.
Or a follower.
Mm-hmm.
It's a lot of niggas that they listen to gangster rap because that's cool and they follow that. And they live their lives according to it. They talk like it. They dress like it. Ain't a gangster bone in their body. But then they wonder why they are stereotyped as gangsters.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? That goes same thing for male and female.
What's next, my nigga?
Because the thing about these city girls, nigga, they ain't looking for a nigga for a relationship. They trying to get to this bag. You got a lot of shorties out there trying to live like Nicki Minaj, talk like Meg Thee Stallion,
but don't got that type of money.
but wanna be treated like Swiss, nigga, and Alicia. He want you to you know what I mean? Be treated like Swiss treats Alicia Keys or something.
Barbara treats
Michelle. Right.
You know what? Let's keep this real. 68% of you women out there don't deserve to be treated like Michelle Obama.
Damn, 68.
Okay, that's
I was just about to ask, where you get that number
That's
from?
drastic. I'm gonna be real. 42% of y'all do not deserve
Nigga, it might be
To be-
68.
It really might be.
Shit, Michelle is a diamond in the rough, nigga. What you mean?
And all y'all want that Michelle and Obama and Barack love. Bitch, what did you do to earn that Michelle and Barack love?
Same thing that we did on that Barack love, and that's what they'll always say.
Right.
But
what did
It
I
needs-
just do to
it
deserve
needs to
the
be
Barack
said.
from Michelle love? Like, what did
And
I'm gonna keep it
I
real
will
on
say
my
this.
aspect.
I will say this.
I used to be an ain't shit ass nigga.
Dudes are better at that. Niggas don't be. You know how many niggas don't holler at her Beyonce? You know how many niggas don't talk to Rihanna? Just see her and be like, oh, damn, I see Riri, she was bad. And I'm using celebrity names, but
Because I'm gonna keep this,
women
I'm
of
gonna
that
keep
caliber.
This a million. If I saw Rihanna, it wouldn't be a word spoken. I would be like,
Who got time to talk, nigga? You need to be looking.
neck broke, nigga.
I might say hi. But at the end of the
I
day,
might want to. My mouth just might be open for the word
Right.
to come out, and it's just a nigga close
the
your
point
mouth.
I'm trying to make is that, hey man, I remember watching this interview with Toni Braxton when she was at the height of her shit.
Tony's so funny.
When she was on everybody's wall. And you know what she said? That fucked me up. She was just like, yeah, guys don't talk to me. She's like,
Yeah,
I'm
I heard
She's
that
like,
same
I'm
interview.
single because I go out with my girls, and like if I'm out with my girls and like I'm looking to get flirted with, she said guys will talk to all of her friends and
Nigga,
not her.
let me see Toni Braxton at the club twice. My intimidation gonna go away eventually.
that's
Let me
just it,
see you
though.
twice, nigga.
A woman like Toni Braxton is not gonna be twice.
She said no. The way she talks, she used to go out though.
I know, but what I'm saying is, she's
But we're
exclusive.
different. We're different calibers.
She exclusive.
We're
She gonna be in certain spots. It's gonna be
But I'm just
your
saying.
chance of seeing her and having that conversation. That might have been your chance.
But we're different. We're
And
the type of niggas that we gonna shoot.
I'm just saying.
We gonna.
I'm saying, and what she was saying was, is she seen several guys that are regular guys, got regular jobs that she thought was cute, that she was around, that treated her in such a way that was like, oh, you're off limits, because you're Toni Braxton. Like, I'll come say hi to you, I'll get you a drink, I'll hand you this drink, and I'll say, but I'm gonna walk off and actually try to go on a date with your friend, because she's just a regular girl.
I'm going on a date with you.
And that's the thing. Look who she's married to.
We just built different, dude. We just don't take rejection.
You telling me when it came out that she was dating Baby and got married to Baby, other niggas that got Baby money wasn't like, God damn.
I could have had that.
I just had lunch with her and a couple of people the other day about a business meeting.
Here's my thing. I would be struck for a second, but then my dog gonna turn on. And nigga, if you don't go talk to her, nigga, because I'm gonna think like you. When am I gonna see this female again?
You never seen Toni Braxton again.
I better.
And if you do see her again, what's the chances of you seeing her again with that kind of access?
Yeah, I better.
You know what I'm saying?
Because what's the word she gonna tell you? Nah. Or you might get the number.
Fam, she has a vagina. Like, she has sexual needs, and she's a human. And that's what she was saying.
From the way she was talking, the nigga approached
Bro, she
me,
was ready.
please.
And you see how it all worked out.
Like, please approach me.
See how it all worked out, fam.
Because
And
she's married to a regular dude now.
she's
right?
married to Baby.
Oh, she is with Baby, huh?
So it's just
Well,
one.
let's keep it real. Nigga, Baby's a sniper.
I mean, I'm sure he is.
Baby and Jermaine Dupri are a sniper, nigga.
I'm sure.
Nah, let's be real. JD
Yeah,
was a
but
sniper
the
for
word
Janet.
sniper, I don't be just throwing it out for
But
everybody.
come on.
Nigga.
Come on, JD wasn't a sniper for Janet.
Well, the thing is, I mean, you don't get a sniper just off hitting one shot.
But he was with Janet. That was a good
I
shot.
don't care, but you don't get to be a sniper because of that. You pulled a bad one.
Okay. Baby's been a sniper though.
Who else?
Toni Braxton, Tina Marie. There's another
Who the
little
fuck is
singing
Tina
chick.
Marie?
You don't know? I'm talking squares to you. She was still bad when she got older, nigga.
He was dating her?
Nigga, they were married, nigga.
Are you serious?
Yes. He blew her career up again. She dropped another hot ass album later in her life, like a few years before she died.
That's crazy.
A hot one. Reignited her shit. Nigga, hot one under Cash Money, nigga.
Damn, that's wild.
Released a hot ass album, nigga.
Yeah, nigga, I didn't know that. That's crazy.
Sniper.
That's crazy. Well, I mean,
And he had
just,
another singing bitch that I can't remember. Didn't he have Vivica
I
for
know.
a time?
I don't know, but I know he fucked with Trina.
Nigga, sniper.
I mean, he might be a
Baby's
sniper.
a sniper.
He might can get on the list.
Baby, get
When
a
I
couple
be
of
thinking
ones that
snipers,
you
dog,
don't-
I
that
be
you
thinking
don't-
about them niggas that be nigga on the list, that got a list. Joe got a list.
Joe got a sniper.
Fucking
Ray J.
Ray J got Ray J's a sniper.
Sniper.
Who else? My nigga Nick Cannon is a fucking sniper. You know, Derek Jeter, sniper.
A-Rod.
Sniper.
Baseball players are some snipers. Let's be real.
Hov was sniping shit, nigga, before he married Beyonce.
Hov was a sniper. Dame Dash.
Nas is a sniper.
Dame Dash was a sniper.
Some niggas are snipers. Some niggas in there. There's some shooters out here.
Let's be real. New York niggas is some snipers.
There's some shooters out here, bro.
New York niggas.
There's some shooters out here, man. You know what I'm saying? They used to that variety.
Cause I ain't gonna keep it real. I'm gonna keep it 100. Early 2000, New York niggas kept having you be like, "We got her."
Yeah, man. It's that move. Yeah, that's crazy, dog. That's crazy.
Eddie Murphy, sniper.
Yeah. Chris Rock. Yeah. Yeah, you right. Hey, man.
There's some snipers out
Speaking of sniping.
Hold on. Safari.
Sniper. Yeah, you sniping
That's
shit.
King. That's one of the top 5.
Rich Dollars, all them niggas.
Yeah. The Creep Squad.
Creep Squad.
Oh my
The
God, that's
Creep
a
Squad.
real name for them
Sniper
niggas.
yeah.
Peter Gunn's old ass sniping these hoes.
We look there sniping shit. Hey, speaking of sniping, watch this transition. Secret Service.
Man, you gonna put me to sleep.
Hey, man, these are topics. Secret. No, you ain't heard about what Secret. Well, you don't be paying attention to shit. You ain't see what Secret Service been doing.
No, nigga.
Niggas is out there wilding. They out there sniping shit. So basically, Secret Service niggas like a boys club that in between them will hold it. Basically, nigga, they've been getting so sloppy that they said one time it was a report that nigga Michelle came out of her hotel room, nigga, and the balcony door was nigga the door to the hotel. Somebody had opened that shit and came in. Cause the niggas that was supposed to be watching that back door, them niggas just hung over and just they be doing coke, they be smoking weed, they be big kicking it, and they got a prostitute tab, nigga. They just be wherever, like whatever country they in, nigga. They go into the whole house, they getting some hoes. Whenever the president is in the room, safe, nigga, and sleep. All right, nigga, we turning up. They act like motherfucking AAU coach chaperones, nigga, versus Secret Service.
So that that time when they said Obama went on that little joyride, he probably didn't tell them about it. That's probably what came out in the news. That nigga probably just saw him being sloppy and was like, nigga, I'm in these streets,
Nigga, it's
nigga.
a whole bunch of shit going on.
I'm in these
nigga,
streets.
a whole bunch of shit going on. One time they had Obama in Brazil, nigga, had about 30 prostitutes. He over there meeting with the niggas in Brazil and shit. They in the hotel jumping bitches off. And what happens is they get sloppy.
That's probably why Michelle was everywhere with that. And he probably took her everywhere. Like, look, you ain't gonna be out here thinking I'm doing some shit. You gonna be
sloppy.
here,
Bro. During the Obama administration, they had a motherfucker run up in the house. They had motherfuckers run up all up in the yard and shit. In the Trump administration, nigga ran up all in the yard.
I ain't gonna keep it. I'm gonna keep it funky. I couldn't be president. I'd probably get sniped. Cause I might let nigga on the front lawn. Nigga, I might fuck with my peoples in Washington. Nigga, my niggas.
You get sniped. You try to snipe, nigga. Nigga get paid a big bag for your ass, nigga. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, oh, he let niggas on the yard? Hey, man, that's what we need you to do.
I'm gonna get Malcolm X'd.
They killed him for way less.
Right. Not to laugh, but goddamn.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh, man.
They give a nigga $10 billion.
Hey,
nigga.
Shout out to Obama making it his 8 years.
Yeah.
I'm sure there was
Shout out to the Secret Service partying, nigga, and still keeping them safe.
Because I'm sure there was bags.
He had the
for
most
Obama.
attempts. He had the most attempts on his life. Nigga shot in the Oval Office before when he was in office reading.
Bags.
Like shot through the window. It didn't pierce the window, but
Yeah, because all that shit bulletproof.
it's like 40 dudes in jail for trying to kill Barack Obama when he was president. It's funny that they don't make that shit like hella newsworthy. And it's not just because it was Obama. They do that shit with all presidents. Like, it's just people that got arrested for trying to kill Trump. They just don't really put that shit out there like that. All right, man. We ended with this, man. We'll end it with this, dog. You brung him up earlier.
Oh, Reese.
Your mans.
Who the hell's on my mans? I don't know that nigga.
I thought that was your mans.
I don't know.
So, they call the nigga the Grand Reaper. Young man's been shot in his neck by a high-powered rifle. Shot several other times at different occasions. Been jumped. Beat up so bad he shitted on himself. Nigga on the internet during the jumping. But that was during the time right after he was recovering from all of the shots and shit. So I know.
You make me shit on. I'm gonna keep it 100. You make me shit on myself. You're meeting God.
I think that had something to do with it. And then
You're meeting Jesus.
lastly, allegedly, was
somebody was trying to steal his car. That nigga 6ix9ine just being a troll, nigga.
no, bro. Like when you watch the video, the girl that originally was recording was like, "That's Little Reese. That's why his ass out there bleeding, nigga, leaking. This nigga tried to steal our car."
Why is he out here trying to steal cars?
So this the thing. I've heard two stories. I heard one that he just basically was getting some weed from the niggas that stole the car, and so they like pulled up in the garage, nigga, like to get the, do they think? Cause in Chicago, man, like shit different. We on the West Coast, nigga. The nigga hand you an ounce, nigga, at a McDonald's. There, they still selling drugs. So
and the nigga,
they go to the car.
Killed over that ounce of weed.
Right. They go to the carport. Do they think? But by this time, these niggas done tracked the car because they had a low jack on it. They tracked the car, pull up. Blammy. Get Chirac. Nigga, they start shooting and beating the shit out of somebody. So I guess he got grazed in the eye with a bullet.
Damn.
And then nigga thoroughly got his ass whooped.
I'm just like, man, when is the point where it's like
somebody got 9 shots, may rest in peace.
I'm just like, when is the point where niggas just like stop, leave, nigga, just move.
Yeah, bro, he should probably leave Chicago.
Move.
But I'll say this: some of these niggas, it don't matter where you at, because of the way you move, the way they act,
that's real.
the way they deal with other men. You know what I'm saying? And one of these things, I had a coach point this out to me, man, because I just was dumbfounded. I ain't gonna say his name, but you my guy, and I mean this in all love. But I had a teammate, 6'8", 245, right out of Chicago. I'm not picking on Chicago. Shout out to my boy DB. Real nigga, tatted up, no bitch in him. If you in a fight in the streets, nigga, something like that, this nigga you won't want you.
Right.
Coach 5'9", 170 pounds soaking wet. Broke him down to tears one day. And me coming from a confrontational background, I just didn't understand that. And he seen that, I think. And he pulled me in his office and he was telling me, man, he said, a lot of young men, they don't know. He said the rites of passage between a young man and manhood is dealing with other men. You can yell at me at the top of your lungs if you're mad at something. That don't affect necessarily the way I deal with you.
Right.
I can yell at you. You see men that they're so quick triggered by other men. It's always, I'm gonna go get my gun.
Right.
I'll fight you. There's no discourse. There's no dialogue. You can't have a disagreement. And if you're one of those type of dudes that feel like, man, Talib had a line. He said, man, New York niggas think New York is the only shit they need to know. So when they go out of town, they come back as tales as niggas we used to know.
Right.
Like, nigga, I don't care if you from Brooklyn. You get your head hit in Carson City,
stop
nigga.
going out of bounds thinking that.
I don't care if you from Chirac.
It's out of bounds.
You can
It's
get
out
your
of
head
bounds,
hit
nigga.
in fucking Portland, Oregon, nigga, at the coffee shop.
Out of bounds is out of
Right?
bounds, nigga.
And so some cats recognize that and they move accordingly. Other cats, they don't. You see it a lot of times. A lot of niggas from LA come out here and feel like, oh, I'm from LA. A lot of niggas up in the know. You got a lot of niggas from the Bay. You come out there and be like, oh, I'm from the Bay. Nigga, like, that don't mean these bullets, nigga, is going to skeet off your chest.
Right. It'll make you no type.
Because you're from Oakland.
Man, nigga.
Right? But a real nigga from Oakland, like the real, they understand that. If he in Jersey, a nigga gonna be like, where you from? Like, I'm from Oakland. You know what I mean? Like, it ain't no energy. Like, I'm not, I'm from Oakland. Nigga, I come out here. Like, you know what I mean? I had one of my homeboys, man. He's a blood from Harlem, man. And he had to get on some, he got on some gangbanging shit with a nigga once. And I was with him. And I remember it was 2 of them niggas. Now, luckily, I had a scrunched up face for my mans. But the nigga seen me and thought it was for them. And I'm not saying I punked him, but nigga, he just wasn't on that. Because I heard him tell his man, he was like, bro, I ain't on that shit, man. Nigga, we ain't even from here. And he gave me the little solid, like, bro, I ain't on that.
Yeah.
And I gave it back to him, like, what's good, man? We good. And I looked at my nigga and I was like, bro, that been fucked up if them niggas would have jumped you. Because I couldn't jump in. And he started laughing like, nigga, you stupid. Nigga, what you talking about? I said, "Oh, nigga, you don't get to make me a gang member.
Right.
The fuck you talking about? Like, nigga, you
I
know,
don't live those
I'm gonna ride
politics.
for you if you with me, nigga, every day.
Right.
We gonna ride together. Unless it's on some gang banging shit. You just excluded me from that. Now I'm chilling with my shorty. I'm with my moms. I'm with my nephew.
I see these.
And
niggas.
I see these niggas.
Yeah.
And I gotta play gang. I'm not even in a gang. Then I told him, like, nigga, you know your gang is in Harlem.
Yeah, they're not here.
You don't got time to call niggas and send for them and all that. Like, nigga, you might as well retire, fam. It's over. Like, unless you're gonna go re-ingratiate yourself with these young niggas out here or some shit on a whole nother. It's over. He laughed that shit off, and I mean, it's funny because I seen him change in his movement since then. Shout out to him. Yeah, that shit is dead, man. Little Reese, man, get well.
Move the fuck out of Chicago.
Move
nigga.
out of Chicago, man. Cherish
shit
your
alone.
life, brother.
It's cool
I feel
to
like
live.
the universe is giving you all the signs, man.
It's cool to live,
It's
bro.
a lot of people that get shot once. Shout out to my man. I'm not gonna say his name. Got shot in his fucking leg. Found out his girl set him up, and instead of going to the hospital, he tied his leg off.
Bled out.
Went over there and then had to check her and let him know that he, and bled out and died, man. Like, one shot. He was walking around on that shit for hours before he died. So, hey, man, cherish your life, brother. Get out of Chicago, man. You don't own the city anyways. It's another thing. They said Lil Durk, story surfaced, he keeps trying to buy O-Block. They won't let him. They want to tear that shit down. So it's set to be, demolished.
That's all you guys is working towards is gentrification of your city.
Yeah, that gang shit just ushers in gentrification.
That's it.
So that black people and brown people can't afford the neighborhoods they grew up in. And that's a direct effect from the gang culture. They let the shit get crazy. They over-report on it.
So they can get your whole projects for pennies on the dollar.
Pennies on a dollar. And now you motherfuckers is in vouchers living somewhere else. Hey, man, that's all I got, bro.
And on that note, we're going to end that episode of this motherfucker. That's another episode of the Always Talking Shit show in the books. Got me too high. I'm your boy, Doc On.
It's your boy, Keem Sincere, man.
And as usual, it's fuck how you feel. We out of here.
New Always Talking Shit show.
I'm not fucking with you with no more edibles, nigga.